This break, we will be throwing off the BIC Get the Ball. We kick off with the A7FL Eastern Conference Championships on the other side of this. Who will walk out moving to the chip? We find out after this.
This is gonna taste all right.
We never just see the numbers. We see the people.
Detroit is just changed so much. You can see what it once was. And then I think about what it can be. As an entrepreneur, it's about how I can give them the tools to empower themselves. If we can just all do something small, all the small things will start to amount to something big.
That's why we're here, to help make it happen. JP Morgan Chase.
Is your content marketing drifting away? Unleash your videos with AI-powered Scene Machine. Scene's video experience platform processes your videos and helps you break up videos into smaller clips, making sharing easier and time-saving. The context of your videos are now searchable on Google. With Scene, you can take full control by converting views to actual sales. Visit us at signup.scene.com for your free 30-day trial and get Scene. Is your content marketing...
Carlos Crossland will throw off alongside Kyle Ward and Zackees Wright, and it will be PAC money. It's an election year, and you know what you need. You need some of that PAC money, as it will be Marcellus Pack returning the ball for a trip back here to Asbury Park on a muggy day. Down shore, I'm Matt Reindron alongside Corey Hammond. Big Rob Fabian will be joining us in just a few minutes.
And it just goes to show you the type of danger you're in throwing it off to PAC money. The three guys on the field could all be starters on any team. And at the top of your screen, Zackees Wright, number 11 for the U. Yeah, that's a professional football player out here. And I talked to him pregame, Matt. Zackees Wright played professional arena ball. Says the level of talent never drops off in the A7, especially in New Jersey.
And PAC will catch this inside the 5. It's a dead ball. The clock will not run, but Marcellus Pack will! Marcellus Pack trying to say bye-bye. Pushes the defender off, will not get to the end zone, but will be called out of play at the 15-yard line. No time off the clock. And going from inside your own 10 to the opposite 15, Corey, to start the game is huge for the BIC.
Any tackle on a 3-on-1 return is big because you're keeping points off the board. But you always want to tackle the returner on the other side of the 50. BIC is going to go hurry up, so I can't even break down this matchup. But good to see Courage Mosey in the backfield for BIC to start the game. 1st and 10, BIC from the 15-yard line going in.
Mosey will be set up behind Sterry Codrington. Ashante Worthy set up in the slot. The snap, the handoff. Mosey finds his way, but brought down.
That's Nick Mays and J-Rock Rogers. And when you put Courage in the backfield, you know you got to bring it. And the U brings it on that play. Welcome to this Season 10, Courage.
And let's talk about Courage Mosey and some of these key players. Sterry Codrington, Ashante Worthy, Carnell Wachter, and Dave Valley not in just yet. But we'll see Dave Valley a little bit later on. Having him not there for the running game might be a problem early in this game, Corey, as it will be 2nd down. And Codrington on 2nd down, he'll snap, throws the ball, caught by, that is Quincy Davis, ball falls out!
What's
And
the ruling?
Trying to see what the ruling is. The ball almost gets stripped out, and it's the U with the ball, and it seems like they're trying to see what the call is on both sides as we start already third play from scrimmage, and we've got controversy.
What a crazy play, Matt. We were just trying to figure out if Quincy got in or not. And let's see the replay here. Great pocket from the offensive line from BIC. The ball's delivered to the out pass on time. And I don't know, does he...
Bound. Oh, the ball falls out as he's being brought down. The call's out of bounds. Oh,
And we're going to get a little look at it here. This is as close as it's going to be. His feet are in, so he's not out. And does the ball cross the goal line? Really, Matt, this comes down to one of these plays, and they always seem to, when these two teams match up, it's so close on what the video evidence shows that whatever the call on the field is, I think it's going to be really difficult to overturn it. You see here, he does not step out of bounds, so he's not saved by the out of bounds. And the U strips it basically right out of his hands, almost as or right before the ball is crossing that plane, whether it's either a
Yeah, we're trying to understand. We have the officials going to the replay booth. We're trying to get a handle on what the initial call was and what is being challenged.
I think Al Pacino once said that football comes down to the inch and you got to fight for the inch. Matt, this is a millimeter. I don't think I've seen a play that's ever been closer, and such a big play this early in the game could shift momentum huge in the other way.
Call on the field was a fumble. It is now being challenged.
So if it's called on the field as a fumble, fans and everybody watching at home, by the way, welcome to the A7FL. Welcome to BICU. If it's called a fumble, what we need to see is absolute proof that he either steps out of bounds, which he does not before the ball is out, or gets that ball across the plane. I think it's going to be really tough for them to overturn this because from the angles that we're seeing, it's so close.
He ran right into the defender, too.
And the ball drops, and it drops right onto the grass, probably the one blade of grass before that white of the goal line. And this angle does it no justice either. I don't know, Matt. If it were me, I got to go with the call on the field because there's not enough video evidence to overturn it clearly, and that's going to be a huge turnover for BIC early in this game, and maybe the biggest play I've seen on a first drive between these two teams on defense. And these teams have played each other a lot.
And that was Henrock, and it's a U ball. The call is confirmed. What a strip by Henrock, and the U will get the ball 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. And
Quincy Davis needs to score on that play. He's way too big to be reaching out like an athletic, 115-pound guy. He needs to put his shoulder down, get the ball in. He's at the inch-yard line. For that to be a turnover, that's not on Sterry Codrington. That's not on the offensive line. Quincy Davis, my man, you got to get across that line. But the U right now sitting pretty.
1st and 10 after the strip.
It'll be Kareem Moon and Willie Mayweather in the backfield. Ski at the bottom of your screen, the wide receiver, and Pat Coburn at the top. Here comes in motion.
Affa on the edge.
There's a penalty.
Flag on the play. False start on the offense, and it will be 5 yards back. As this game already, Corey, 4 plays into it, has been chaotic and controversial. 0-0 your score. 13-19 left to go in the first. And we are on the first U possession after a strip on the 3rd play from scrimmage.
Well, I'll tell you this, Matt. I was on the field during the coin toss, and although there is respect between these two teams, there's a lot of animosity. Both of these teams know what's at stake, and both of these teams have a genuine dislike for everybody on the other sideline, especially Hardbody and John Columbia.
Watch for the pressure on 1st down. Moon will keep it.
That's
Moon
Tyler Affa.
Being chased by Alpha. Alpha comes back trying to strip the ball out. Is number 11. Flag on the play. And that was that was Bone Harris in on the tackle.
Yeah, those are 2 legends in our league from other states. Just goes to show you how far the A7FL New Jersey's gone. Bone is one of the premier players at defensive line and Quarterback. Running back.
Holding on the U. Another costly penalty on back-to-back plays for the U. Let's talk about some of the key players for the Patterson U. You got Kareem Moon, Markeith Williamson, a.k.a. the Dot Boss, Pat Coburn, a.k.a. Smokey Dakari Mims, and Deshaun Johnson, a.k.a. Muggs on the line.
Yeah,
big weapon for the U today on that offensive line.
Yeah, but first two plays, two really kind of bonehead penalties. You got to love that Kareem Moon got around Tyler Affa, but
and much
not
like
a great look.
Dion on his last day at Florida State, showing up in the white Rolls Royce and the all-white tux. It's Big Rob Fabian. You have missed a lot, buddy.
I heard a lot in the parking lot. It's been very loud.
Well, as you can see, Rob, and just to recap for our fans, the quarterback for today's game for the U is Kareem Moon. We also have a Tyler Affa sighting.
Oh, I knew he was coming.
Daryl Vergie sighting.
I knew he was coming.
And we're getting to see what this rivalry means. In the first drive of the game, a fumble at the millimeter
by who?
Goal line by Quincy Davis, and it brings up
Henrock stripped the ball out at the 1, got the ball to the 15.
Second and way too long for where the U wants to be.
25 from inside their own end zone. Kareem Moon throws the ball off the hands. Off the hands of Haas Dubois, and it will be second down.
Big play, Haas missed the big play.
Here we go. Ahmad Ramadan.
Yikes.
The same kind of chippiness as his bigger brother.
You know it.
You're not going to say big brother. You're going to say bigger brother.
I think they're calling safety. A penalty there.
Olay Bell is out there clapping, holding in the end zone. That'll be 2 points for BIC.
We have seen the weirdest first drives in a conference championship game in A7FL history. A strip at the goal line, and then 3 straight holding penalties leading to a safety. So the BIC will take the 2-0 lead as we are now with 11:47 left to go, now resemble an NBA game as the first point scored or 2.
This is legitimately an all-star game. I'm seeing so many faces. I'm seeing Big Dippy. I'm seeing, who is that? There's a Courage sighting.
Daryl Verges is out there. Zackees Wright is playing.
Zackees is out there. Oh, wow.
And the U will throw the ball off to Marcellus Pack, who on the first throw off of the game got to the 15-yard line.
And that 15?
That 15.
Oh,
and then they fumbled. So, and speaking of big names, Big Rob, and lists of names, maybe we'll get to that at halftime.
Look at that. Chick is here. Valley's here. The U looks fully staffed, too. I think that Snags with the orange shiesty.
Listen, the alarm clocks went off. There was no hurricane. We got what was promised to us, and here's Carlos Crosland on the throw-off.
Crosland will throw this one, and that one will go out of play.
Because technically it's a punt.
Technically, it is.
You still got to return it.
Corey.
No, they'll mark it at the 29. And the BIC offense will walk onto the field for the second time today with not the same level of field position, but hopefully a much better result. As it's 2-0, I'm Matt Ryan, joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond. It's the Eastern Conference Championship at 11 o'clock Eastern tonight. It'll be Sick With It and the Insomniacs playing.
Definitely watching that one.
Yeah, the Discord's going to be popping at 11 o'clock. It's sicko mode, sicko hours out east. For those who work from home like me, it's going to be a slow grog in the morning.
Isaac Negron was in the parking lot, so just in case anyone's wondering where the former defensive MVP is, he's definitely on his way. He's here.
Yeah, he set up his DJ equipment. First and 10, BIC.
Wow, Quincy got strip fumbled.
But now Dave Valley back on the offensive line. First time today for him.
Okay.
Shante Worthy in the slot. Courage Mosey set up to the right of Sterry Codrington.
Well, the fumble goes according to plan because they planned on it being a safety and 3 consecutive holding calls.
The snap.
Courage Mosey.
And Mosey will get to the 34.
And this is looking like an all BIC team. For me to say Daryl Verges and Courage Mosey are both there with Sterry Codrington and Ashante Worthy.
Don't forget Trey Robinson. The Vegas guys are already upset that we didn't mention the one guy that they can claim is that no. But that's who Courage is, and I think Courage is going to factor huge in this game. You already know that when Courage lines up against the U, he's going to have a big game.
SJ's
and here's Trey Robinson now in the backfield.
Robinson set up next to Codrington. Snap.
J-Rock
in trouble. Rogers Gives a chase. Codrington will get past some defenders. Will not get enough for the first.
But a penalty on the field.
We'll see what it is.
They've been calling the offensive line tight today. It's going to be that's where the game might be decided, is in the trenches.
I usually say that, but I'm the.
It's better when I say it because it's almost like saying the quarterback. If the quarterback plays well today, it's going to be.
They're going to win. That's not always true, though.
Well,
it is holding on the offense.
Yikes.
And you see there, White, number 82, defensive end, comes off the edge and was able to pick up Trey Robinson on the screen out of the backfield. That's going to be huge today. But the thing is when you as a defense have to account for the guys in the route,
it's interesting
you
how people
allow
in
for
the chat,
Codrington to run.
People in the chat are like, "Oh, the refs are biased towards BIC." They just called a holding
on BIC.
Yeah, in the end zone for points.
And they also turned over the ball.
Good job, comments. Keep it coming.
But please let us know what you're thinking. Let us vote in. If you're watching us on YouTube, vote in the chat. If you're watching us on CSN, be loud, be active, and shout out to all of our creators. Hopefully we'll hear from Dan Giesling at halftime.
So no tight end Quincy in the wingback.
Codrington throws this one. This one goes to the 35, and that will be third down.
The arm strength on that guy is something else.
When you miss that bad on a throw down the middle of the field, it doesn't really hurt you.
No.
But what it shows is that he's got those first quarter nerves if he's missing Ashanti Worthy by that much. And he does have arm strength if he's able to out-throw Ashanti Worthy by that much.
There's an ice cream truck sighting. Listen, the stars are out.
Give me a
today.
Choco Taco. 3rd and 16. Sterry Codrington back in the spread.
Codrington heading into today had 1,500 passing yards.
Only the one pick on 27 touchdowns. Crazy, Matt.
460 of those went to
Worthy.
Ball strip!
That's White.
And that's Kevin White. Ball comes down, and it will be fourth down.
Whoa, it's first and 10 for the U.
The defense has shown up to play the second strip of the game and the second turnover as the Patterson U.
What's that mean? What's that mean? Devin White, Kevin White, Trevin White, don't matter. First and 10 U.
It's Quincy. So what ends up happening here is Kevin White. Don't mix up the names.
No, it's Kevin.
Kevin White gets off the block. He presses Quincy, and Quincy just can't block him. And here it is.
Just walks right into him.
Quincy just cost him 2 offensive drives. If you're saying he got stripped earlier.
If you are Kenny Stansberry right now, and Rob, there's no one who knows him better than you in this league. What's going through your mind? You're up 2-0, but you think you should be up 14-0.
Quincy has to go. If he can't handle the pressure of this game, he has to.
Do you put Trey Robinson in that position? Who do you put in?
You have Big Dippy there. You have K-Wack. You have a Courage. There's a ton of other guys that
Why
can make
are they
that block.
running that flex? It's 1st and 10,
It's
and now
because it was 3rd and 17.
We'll throw two big bodies.
Yikes. Tyler Offa, Bone.
Flag on the play.
Bro, that's like a nightmare.
False start on the offense.
Fans, I told you he was going to say that about Tyler F. I told you.
Yeah, Tyler Offa.
And I think the thing is, we talk about the star effect. Both sides are very amped up because they know what's at stake.
They know who
they're going against.
Then they know all that.
So that makes you that.
But the other thing is, it goes back down to the trenches. The difference so far in today's games have been either missed blocks or holding calls. That's why BIC was in 3rd and 17 and couldn't keep an easy offense going, and that's why BIC is up 2-0 because of the holding call in the end zone.
And this is the matchup from
Watch
19.
Haas Dubois, and there's the play action, and goes down. Ole Bell looking to prove that in the last 10 years he stands among the greats. Big sack by Bell.
And that BIC contained that extremely well. Like that looked done from the start. And shouts to BIC's defense for being able to do that.
Well, you look, there wasn't even really any attempt at a play-action fake to Mayweather. And when Ole Bell knows that it's going to be a pass, he's going to get to your quarterback, especially if you don't block him. Bone's right there to clean up the mess if he doesn't get there. But look, very poor fake because he's rushing to the throw because Bone is immediately in.
It's a disciplined rush with a guy like Ole and guys like Bone who've been here before.
That experience level.
Let's see it.
And
oh my God!
Snap off the screen. The throw is
intercepted by H3
Frazier.
And he's free.
Oh my goodness!
The offense can't put up points, but the defense stepping up. 1st and 10 BIC. We got a ball game, boys.
And I said it before, I'm going to say it again. H3 is a game changer.
And that's what you miss when you don't have Quattrell Huffinen. Moon can do a lot of things. What he can't do is on second and extremely long after the sack.
H3
be the one.
Frazier, what a play.
That's phenomenal. Stayed hip to hip with the guy.
He can't be the one in your backfield
that.
making plays in the pass game when everyone knows it's going to be a pass. That's why the first play they go play action. That's why the second play they go with a pump fake to the other side. When you have to locate the ball, Kareem Moon isn't that guy. And when he misses just a little bit because the pressure's in his face, this BIC defensive backfield is going to take advantage of it with interceptions.
With Mims, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's
broke the route.
Wow.
Well, when your quarterback has to kind of not step into the throw and throw a floater there, you have to be David Tender to be able to put it perfectly for your receiver. And that time, not accurate enough with the throw, and BIC takes advantage of it. This game has been more about the defenses, guys, than the offenses.
Now, take a look at the change on the offensive line. Even on the receiving core, Q Bell is out there. Courage is back there.
That's an offensive line.
Valley with K-Wack, that's a nasty offensive line.
Look for Courage to get the handoff.
Yeah,
and a Q Bell on the crack.
I'm looking for it.
And that's Courage Mosley! Pushing through, but Jarris Rogers locking in on a lockdown play.
He's met by Nick Mays, and J-Rock cleans it up.
If you need your locks cleaned up, head on over to the natural hair care professionals at Locticians. Go to locticians.com and empower your natural beauty. Just scan the QR code. If you need your locks retwisted, or you need your locks looked at, you need to get retwisted.
That's why Dave Viley's bald, guys, because he's actually going for a full wig look. He wanted to make sure it adheres properly.
We actually talked about a player of the game, Lavender Silky, but we have a new Eastern Conference Championship trophy that will show off at halftime.
Nice.
Oh, we're proud.
It'll be 1st and 10. Second down, pardon me. Courage Mosley pushes to the outside and gets to the 30. And it will be 3rd down, but only 2 more yards to go, it seems, for the BIC.
And that's a matchup that J-Rock is very familiar with. J-Rock's been dealing with Courage in that spot for what feels like 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
So that matchup is a natural one where J-Rock understands if these guys block any kind of way for Courage, he just bounces out really quick. He doesn't need one lane to go. Like, he creates it by being as shifty as he is.
And going from 2nd and 12 to 3rd and 6 opens it up for your offense. Sure. They can even go quick screen at the bottom of your screen and not worry about it. But that right side of the field is dangerous for Sterry Codrington to take off to. Nick Mays is going to have to seal that.
Just 3rd and 6. Sly's covering Quincy.
The throw.
Kason Campbell.
Campbell can't get it. It'll be 4th down.
Slightly overthrown. You go for it here.
Yeah, from the 36-yard line, you kind of have to.
You definitely go for it, but my thing here is what the U defense does there is they play contain. They told Sterry to his face, throw it, young man, and when he did, it was inaccurate. So that's a gamble that if they take and they win because Sterry misses, that's a huge win for the U defense. If they're allowing the pass and he can't convert it, that means they're taking away the run, which is that sidearm.
And from my understanding, certain teams game plan for Sterry that way, where they're like, hey, you have to beat us one of these ways. You're not going to beat us.
Campbell was open on the cross.
He was open. They're going to force Sterry to throw. And they bring Quincy back. And I don't know.
4th and 6, BIC.
Dangerous game with Quincy Davis back in. Codrington.
Oh, good block by Quincy this time.
Codrington will throw. Caught by Ashante Worthy.
Worthy
puts himself through it. Tossed back.
Q Bell
drives through. Slip, slide. Tries to get into the end zone, but brought down at the 2. 1st down, BIC.
And it's Ashante's a sure thing, man. If it's 4th and forever and you need a 1st down, who are you going to call?
Well,
Worthy, man.
It's more up for me on the offensive line because Sterry has enough time for Ashante Worthy to run the full route. Just count in your head right now.
They're daring him to throw. I don't even feel like.
But he runs the full route, and he's not open on the existing route. But then what he does is he comes back and finds a way to get open. Sterry just has to wait until Ashante Worthy is open, and then he's able to take advantage of single coverage for 7 seconds. Yeah, that's insane.
A lot of interesting chatter in the chat on YouTube about Sterry being nervous, Sterry not being an accurate passer. A lot of
the armchair quarterbacks knew that they could have.
trying to make himself a brand, putting himself out there saying,
well,
Sterry's got to start running.
He better get ready to cover tonight. Cool Case Justin Shepard is playing corner for Siquidid against Insomniacs. Yeah, you got the wrong focus right now, buddy.
I think you should just watch the game and chill. You have a lot.
You got a brand new baby at home. Go take care of your baby. Go watch some film. Back to BICU.
Timeout called by the U. That's their first charge timeout. And, folks, right now in this game, you need to make sure your ankles are taped. You got to make sure those cleats are spatted. You need to make sure you're ready for whatever's thrown at you, because we've had a lot thrown at us in this one. You got to use Tape Me Up. Go to tapemeup.net or scan the QR code now to get professional athlete level service from our friends over at Tape Me Up at tapemeup.net. Matt Ryan's on alongside Corey Hammond. That number is not wrong. It is 2-0 off of one of the more interesting starts to a conference championship game in A7FL history.
I mean, with BICU, it's basically anything goes, anything can happen. It's always going to come down to a replay at the goal line, right, guys? Right, Zach? Somewhere Zach is having flashbacks.
They're really convinced that Sterry is nervous, and that's baffling.
Well, he's missing. I mean, when a quarterback misses, you could say, go ahead.
As a guy who played against Sterry in his first championship ever and beat him, I remember when he was nervous. I know what that looks like. That's not that.
Is that a humble brag? Is that a humble brag?
A little
I'm
bit.
just saying, I see him nervous.
We'll explain why that's more than a humble brag a little bit later on in the program.
I seen him nervous, but I don't think this is nervous, Sterry. I think things are not clicking. You got to remember.
By the way, he converted the fourth down. So if he's nervous to have it on the money down,
come on now.
I don't know.
1st and 10 from the 1.
Oh,
First and goal! Mo Ramadan, but still pushing his courage,
wow.
Mosley. And the Patterson Moving Service, the Ramadan Brothers Moving Company, the big brothers stepping in.
Big Mo, Isaac, and J-Rock in there to stop Courage. It might take all three of them, but he gets stopped. That's a big stop.
You see that bald head, you see that scarf, you see the back of his jersey, but he's not letting anybody through.
Man's name is too big for the graphic.
He's not letting Courage through.
Great stop right there.
Listen, Courage is an all-time great in this game. Maybe we will talk about that a lot more in depth as the Season 10 progresses to the championship.
But funny enough, the other two guys are just as great.
But when you come off cold off the bench, he's going to bring his heart. Does he have the energy to keep it up? Second and goal.
Bates is switched in.
A handoff, and that
is
Courage again, pushes through. Touchdown, Trenton.
Courage Mosey.
And if BIC says to themselves that they have 4 shots with Courage Mosey as their running back to get 2 yards, they like those odds no matter who is playing defensive line for the U. Touchdown BIC.
And that was a tough defensive line. That was a very tough defensive line.
And he almost had him in the backfield.
And we got more people from the Insomniacs and Siquidid watching it. They're going to go for 1 or the BIC after the carry from Courage Mosey.
If I'm BIC,
BIC usually goes for 2.
But
now,
there's no point. Look at that block by Dave Valley on Marcel Bates to clear up the exact hole he goes to. That's a great block. Way to stick
he got a ball head.
Marcel Bates is not an easy block at all. It's not fun.
But it's easy money when it's Courage Mosey at the goal line.
Going for 1.
They are going
Codrington.
for 1.
There's K-Wack. Codrington will just run it in.
Sterry got to run. Yeah, he will. Stop playing with Sterry Codrington, man.
At the 3:14 mark, the BIC will get into the end zone first the traditional way as they put 7 up. It is now 9-0. At the break, get yourself ready for the chip by getting yourself some gear at a7fl.com/gear that you get the ball after the break.
This gonna taste all right.
We never just see the numbers. We see the people.
Detroit is just changed so much. You can see what it once was. And then I think about what it can be. As an entrepreneur, it's about how I can give them the tools to empower themselves. If we can just all do something small, all the small things will start to amount to something big.
That's why we're here, to help make it happen. JP Morgan Chase.
Self tickets now. Sunday, July 21st, the A7FL Championship, 25% off until Monday. Go to a7fl.com/championship. Matt Ryan joined by Corey Hammond and Big Rob Fabian. Isaac Gomez will throw the ball off for the 3-on-1. The first time that you will return the ball this afternoon. Trying to get through his number 10, and he is brought out of play.
Yeah, Jason Sisson, he got cornered. Thought he could trail back. Credit JJ for putting the clamps and trying to get him in a phone booth. Pretty decent return.
Yeah, but again, I always say if you don't, the best person on that coverage team is the one person you have to make miss. If he misses, there's a good chance you score.
Yeah, you love the attack Trey Cohen thing.
You do, because guess what? He's the best. He's the best 3-on-1 coverage guy I've seen.
You want to beat the best. You want to be the best, you've got to beat the best.
But the only way you score is if you stop him.
Well, or if you get past him, right?
You get past him.
And will we see them start utilizing Sisson in the backstack the same way Huff did? And for those who are just joining us wondering Quattro Huffin where he is out for the season with a knee injury. So he will not be playing if the U make it to the championship. The snap. In trouble, Moon.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Alpha. Tyler Alpha knocks the ball loose. They'll call him down at the 15. They'll call him down at the 15.
And maybe I should leave my Tyler Alpha comments for way later in the program, because I can't begin to tell you in my career the one player that I could not get my hands on, no matter what I did, is that young man.
If you really want a great time watching,
unblockable.
If you really want a great time watching defensive line play, look at the 2019 A7FL Immortals games. Don't watch the one where they play BIC, please.
They could do that.
If you hate me, watch it.
Watching those three guys right there,
That's
Corey,
insane.
as a quarterback, what does it mean to watch that?
It means
level
throw the ball. Don't run anywhere. You got the receivers. Throw the ball. My thing was always, they're going to kill me. Here's Carlos Croslin in a quarterback.
Croslin now in after the sack,
that's a quick
snap.
hook.
Croslin!
Rashad Knight.
Brought down, and there it is again, the BIC defense lighting up Opie Croslin.
Bro.
That is a street-fighting man.
Here's what's happening so far for the U's offense. They have not basically lined up and run the ball once in this whole entire first quarter. They're going play action or rollout.
Who can they block? And by the time you get here, third and forever, what run are you going to have?
Having Ahmad Ramadan, who's usually a defensive lineman and linebacker, in on the offensive line, Rob.
is suffering right now.
Well, Rob, you know better than anybody as an offensive lineman. What's easier to do to get started with a game? Run block or go into pass block and try to block a guy like Ole or try to block a guy like Tyler Affa, who are coming around the edge and instantly getting into your backfield.
The problem
now
is,
that it's third and forever, you obviously can't run the ball, but they have not run the ball once with their big offensive line and big running backs, and they've been in situations like this the entire game.
I feel they can't block them for the run. Because this is nasty field position again.
Timeout called.
But if you look at who they have,
called by the BIC. That's their second charge timeout after the challenge.
But look who they have in at defensive line. Tyler Affa, obviously an athlete, not weak,
the best
but undersized.
I've played. He's
Absolutely.
not undersized. He's not undersized. He's not undersized. I promise you.
I'd rather not have to.
Not.
I'd rather not have to pass block him. Would you rather run block him or pass block him?
Neither, because I can't.
Fair.
I'm being honest.
But look at Ole Bell. He's definitely undersized.
Undersized, but
and Rashad Knight is a former quarterback in this league. So we have some big boys in this league.
And it's 3rd and 21.
But he's still not the biggest.
Rashad Knight's a big guy. He's not. These guys are not small guys. Ole's the smallest.
If you have your backup quarterback in without your number one quarterback, and you have yet to run just an honest, let's just run the ball and see what we can do, I think that you're doing your team a disservice, because they're forced into pass down after pass down after pass down.
So they're playing
and if
like
it's a nightmare, well, listen, if it's a nightmare to block this defensive line on the run game, try blocking Ole Bell and Tyler Affa when they're coming around the corner, knowing that it's third down and you have to pass.
The ears pinned. I mean, they're in trouble right now.
They're in tons of trouble.
And
Chickamere Morris is at the bottom of your screen, covering big play Haas Dubois.
the snap, and Croslin will just take off with it. Croslin will cut out by the 20-yard line, and he'll rip off around 11 yards, and it will be third down.
Fourth
down, pardon me.
Way too long, so they're going to have to throw it off. It's nice to get the 11 yards when you break, contain, and attack the defense vertically at the quarterback on your legs. But listen, they already made the mistake because when you get sacked on first down and now it's second and forever.
So now what do they do now? We've established that they made these mistakes. Where's the adjustment like a great team's supposed to have?
You put Haas Dubois in wide receiver, you get a big offensive line with 2 tight ends, and you run the ball and go choice option with the quarterback and try to get yard by yard by yard.
And, folks, after the first 15 minutes, you're going to want to get the highlights out there on social media, and the best way to do that is by building an interactive AI video solution utilizing Scene. Go to our friends at Scene. It's SEEN. Scan the QR code now and unlock the future of monetization for your content. Right now, scan the QR code. And we are still, I believe, in the first quarter.
Definitely.
As we are trying, with 25 seconds being put back on the clock. The clock will be reset back to 25 seconds, so on fourth down.
Well, I like what the U is trying to do, Rob, with good play action.
I
But
know
you
you
got to
do.
establish the run before you go play action. Here,
Oh.
Trey Cohen with an opportunity.
And he
Runs
could
out of
not
bounds.
get that. That ball was called out of play at the 31.
Yikes. There's a flag on the
And
field.
there's a flag.
That's why he went out of bounds. You knew he wanted a chance at that.
Well, it's a fourth down throw off, so it could be put anywhere. But it seems like they will move the U back
I think
to
they're
the
gonna-
20 to the 16.
They're going to call Carlos Crosland stepping across the line of
He
scrimmage
threw it too
to throw
far.
it. You got to stay behind that line of scrimmage when you do the throw off. And
Because what the U
credit
is
the refs,
doing-
they're calling a tight game. They're
Yeah.
not letting the penalties go, and you're going to have to earn it.
The U's game plan is what Corey would do in this situation. Just keep throwing.
And it will be
Well, if I had to use offensive
Trey
line,
Cohen returning this for the BIC. Cohen, that ball will bounce out of play. They will call the initial bounce
look,
at
Scott
the
McCorkle.
21. I said that earlier.
He looks like Scott
There is
McCorkle.
someone in the crowd who is a dead ringer for Scott McCorkle.
Scott, what you doing here, Scotty? But yeah, I mean, the U's offensive line is not doing a good job. But again, they're not doing a good job. Look at who
Live
they
with
have to block.
2-5 asking, shouldn't that be ball in hand? No, it's on a throw off
a
on a
punt.
fourth down. Much like a punt in traditional football, that goes out of play. That's the ball's dead where it's dropped.
so if you're a fan, great question. If you are a player, that is why your team loses, because you throw the ball inbounds on fourth down when you should not give them an opportunity. But BIC has the opportunity at their own 21, first and 10. They have the offensive line out that was the good blocking offensive line that gave Sterry all that time on that fourth down conversion again. And
The
it
problem
looks
is
like
right now-
in the backfield they're going to go 2 backs,
Ooh.
Stephen Jones and Courage Mosey.
And one wide receiver at the top of your screen. There's
Run,
Codrington
Sterry, run.
will keep it. This will end the first quarter.
Smart.
And the BIC will run the clock out literally as they will get a first down at the end of the first 15 minutes. After some confounding football. On the other side of this, we start our second frame. 9-0. The BIC look to increase their lead next.
Be unique. Be creative. Go berserk.
Is your content marketing drifting away? Unleash your videos with AI-powered Scene Machine. Scene's video experience platform processes your videos and helps you break up videos into smaller clips, making sharing easier and time-saving. The context of your videos are now searchable on Google. With Scene, you can take full control by converting views to actual sales. Visit us at signup.scene.com for your free 30-day trial and get Scene.
9-0 your score. It's the start of the second quarter in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm Matt Ryan, joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond. And boys, this has been a real interesting 15 minutes. Rob, what are you feeling right now as we start quarter number 2?
The U's having a huge issue scoring, which is not something that they're used to. They're used to putting up 30 to 40 points a game and not being able to score right now against another high-scoring offense, which I can say that the U's defense is holding them off well. Not perfect, but well. If the defense can get tired, if the offense can't put up those numbers to match each score, we're going to have ourselves a problem here.
The difference so far in the first quarter has been on the passing downs, what it looks like for each of these quarterbacks in the pocket. For the U quarterback, whoever it is, it's a jailbreak and a nightmare. A nightmare that I personally have, Rod.
All the time.
And for Sterry Codrington on that fourth down to be able to have that much time, one, it goes to show you what his running ability allows for him to have the privilege of, right? Because you have to honor that. But two, the blocking from the BIC offensive line has been just plain better.
Wag, Valley, and Dippy.
Plenty of football left to play.
Second and short. Codrington with the two-back set, 3 on the line. The handoff to Courage. Courage will run right into the fire, and the ball almost stripped out.
Kevin White is playing a heck of a defensive end right now.
What you see here is SJ actually tries to go for the block on Kevin and whiffs it, and Kevin he stays sturdy, and he's able to get there because that's exactly where Courage was running to. So SJ has to make a better block.
No disrespect to a personal friend and a great guy in Courage.
Take a look.
Let's watch it.
SJ's number 8. He whiffs on the block here, and you see he's still trying to get him in there, but it's too late. You can't whiff on that block. That's a key seal block that Courage could bounce outside of and get another 6-7 yards.
Well, it'll be back to a passing down. Third and what our screen says 4.
But you want to pass from. You can pass from here, but Sterry could also run.
The snap. The throw off the hands.
That's not a catch. Yikes.
And it will be 4th down as the Patterson U's defense will hold firm.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I think they're going to go for it because it hasn't really been on those pass plays that the U has stopped them or put them in a bad spot.
It's the yardage is so short, and the team, Sterry can run and get those yards. Ashanti can catch it. Kason can catch it if he doesn't bobble it there.
Well, the pass was a little bit out of his reach for him to catch it at the sideline. My thing is that it's BIC
catch this one.
But BIC miscues have been the difference for the plays that they haven't made. It hasn't been, tight coverage, pressure in Sterry's face, except for the one strip sack that we saw on the second drive. But here's 4th down.
4th and 4. Codrington will roll out. He throws. Caught by Ashante Worthy. Worthy will cut to the sideline and run out of play, and it will be 1st down for the BIC.
And I'd like to get to the pressure of what you're seeing. It might not be the guys in his face, but the pressure of the game itself, the air is thicker out there. The weight of every mistake is heavier than it is
flag on the play
during the regular season. So there is pressure on each player. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
So I'm not putting it on Sterry at all. I think Sterry's still playing phenomenal. The line is doing a great job.
Well, and they're forcing him to pass. So that's basically telling somebody in their face, what's the call?
Beat us by passing.
The penalty was declined. It looked like it was holding on the Patterson U.
And what you see again there, it's not just that the BIC offensive line, Rob, is blocking great. It's also that the defensive line and the defensive pressure guys for the U are forcing him to stay in the pocket. So they're saying, hey, Sterry, you got to throw it against us. And what Ashanti Worthy is now doing is he's getting deep into the defensive secondary and sitting and finding a spot to comfortably catch the first down yardage. And that's 2 consecutive 4th downs that Sterry Codrington has found his go-to guy, not on a go route, not on a quick screen, but in the middle of the field, wide open. Ashanti Worthy is a weapon that you have to account for.
Flag on the play.
Delay of game
on the offense.
Listen, Will said he's calling those numbers. As soon as that ball is dropped, your 30-second start. So you guys got to get in and out of that huddle.
And it's one of those, big-time games. It's not necessarily nerves or being scared, but the intensity is adding to the unforced errors. You've seen missed throws. You've seen missed blocks.
You're trying to find a rhythm.
You've seen a lot of penalties.
In something that is ostensibly chaotic.
But it's 1st and 15, and they're back in what looks like a pseudo spread.
Okay, K-Wag versus...
No running back in the backfield, but, if they want to, they could just run the ball with Sterry Codrington. But it'll be 1st and 15.
1st and 15. The snap.
Isaac Negron's picked up by Valley.
The throw. Caught. That's Campbell. Brought down.
Immediately.
They'll mark it at the 50, so it will be 2nd and 2.
That's the second time that I've seen Kason Campbell open on that cross route. He's running a deep cross, which is basically 15 yards down the field, all the way across past what would be the numbers on a regular field. And the first time he misses him, but Sterry, with plenty of time in the pocket, finds him this time. Kason Campbell could have just turned and got the 1st down. He was looking for the big play. Great open field tackle, but that completion will bring up a 3rd and manageable.
Even K-Wack off the line. No tight end, just two wingbacks.
The snap.
Isaac
In
Negron.
trouble. Codrington
and
gets
he's
on
on
his
his horse.
bicycle, and he
Uh-oh.
tries to be loosey-goosey with the ball, holds on to it.
And Kyle Ward with the tackle.
And a big play there by Codrington to get the first down.
Most
but
quarterbacks are dead to rights with Isaac Negron, who has 10 sacks on the year, ladies and gentlemen, unblocked, coming off the edge on your on your front side. Sterry Codrington steps up, slips right through most of the tackles out there trying to get him, and gets a first down yardage on a sneaky climb in the pocket. That's the difference
but they're giving
between
him that
a good
time.
quarterback and a championship winner like Sterry Codrington.
snap.
Oh my, great
In
read by Kevin
trouble.
White.
Flag on the play. Off the hands
Oh,
of
and Trey
Cohen.
Cohen could have went. We'll see what the call is.
I want you to see that great read by Kevin White, where he notices the shift and just drops back in the coverage.
Yeah, they're
immediately.
really playing contain
That's
more than they
smart.
are a full rush on Codrington. The fact that they have Big Dippy and Dave Valley, Rob,
It's insane. It's insane.
if they want to, they could just run the ball with Verges all game.
Look, take a look at this. Look at Kevin White here.
Wow.
He notices
slips to the
15,
quick
he
screen.
stops. He slips. That's IQ, bro. That's
Yeah, but
high
then this is
IQ.
also amazing for Sterry Codrington to avoid Dot Boss, a really great player.
The
and
ability to shift back like
yeah,
that.
like that's insane.
And that's the
insane.
quick screen guy coming all the way across. Trey Cohen, all he has to do is catch it, and then maybe
That's
he's
it.
going.
But he notices it immediately and drops back.
Penalty is going to be on the U.
Wow.
And they're moving the sticks for a 1st and 10. Not sure exactly what the penalty is.
Illegal hands to the face on the defense.
Okay.
Well, calling a tight game, you got to play within the confines, and both of these teams are adjusting. Rob, it was the coin toss, and I was telling Matt this on a break. Hardbody and Psycho were having a conversation that we only wish that we could air. The intensity is high. You know that the rivalry between these two teams is
man.
more than
10
just.
And
years
we've
deep.
seen a
10
team.
years deep.
And we've seen a team break loose early, but then the other team fight
It's
back.
always
Of
close
course,
games,
of course.
except for the last game that we watched where it was a
16
two-score
points.
game.
Yeah, 16
35-20 was that score. In
But
week
it was that
3.
weird. It was that weird bounce on a change of possession. Here's Sterry Codrington,
Prior
first
to
10.
snap, Codrington throws this
Oh,
to the
my
end
goodness.
zone, out of reach,
His target was
and it
Q
will
Bell
be
there.
second down. But historically, in 2023, it was 28-26 with the U winning. In 2023, it was 26-20 with the U winning. In 2022, in the championship, 32-30. In the 2022 division championship, it was 31-19 BIC, and then 50-48 in the 2022 regular season with the BIC getting
Yeah,
the
the
win.
games have always really been close. It hasn't been decided by more than 2 scores, and it's usually a freak accident to get that one score up. And it's been a battle, but this is a 10-year rivalry that's not going anywhere anytime soon.
These games are usually decided which team makes the adjustments in the third quarter and which team avoids the huge mistake in the fourth.
Empty backfield. Codrington on second down to throw to Cohen. Cohen catches it, gets inside, drives through, put on the spin cycle, but will get to the 10 and get the first down, first and goal, BIC.
I don't necessarily like the defense that they're running against Sterry, because it's almost saying, why do people think Sterry can't throw?
Well, they're also
you get what I'm
allowing
getting at?
him to get in rhythm.
Yeah, why are we thinking he can't throw, though? Why are we thinking he can't drop back and let it fly?
And they go flood route there.
What are we
He
doing?
could have thrown it to Q Bell, but what
what?
he does is he hits Trey Cohen in the flat with a blocker in front of him. They're basically in a shell defense allowing for the short route, and Trey Cohen's able to pick up the first down, first and goal from the 9.
Q Bell's 195 all muscle, bro. He can block for Trey Cohen. That's a great pass.
It's 225 almost.
First and goal in motion. Flag on the play, and that will be on, I believe, the BIC. False start on the offense.
Yeah, I'm not a real fan. I'm saying if you're saying, hey, we dare you to throw, you're sending 3 versus 3 on Sterry. Sterry has all the time in the world, and you're making his offensive line look like the greatest line to ever exist. There's no pressure, none.
Well,
You're not
play
sending
devil's
anyone.
play devil's advocate. If you're Ryan Shamar and you rush Sterry Codrington and you miss that initial sack attempt, what are you allowing for Sterry Codrington to do?
The same thing
If
you
he
just
whips out
allowed
that
with-
sidearm,
But the same thing you just
Pause.
allowed with the Trey Cohen catch right there. He's moving the ball. If he's moving the ball in every way possible, you might have to change some things around from time to time.
They're going to have to make an adjustment
You're giving
soon
him the same
because
look.
it's
scary.
If he starts gearing in on these throws, BIC's unbeatable.
Yeah,
First and goal from the 14-yard line.
There's the blitz. There's the blitz.
Codrington on the blitz, caught by Wachter.
Dropped by
dropped.
Wachter. But that's what I'm saying. Do you see how they're changing the look?
Yep. And that's how you should be doing it. You should be this way one way, this way the other. If you keep him guessing and he doesn't have the time in the backfield, you're forcing him into a decision maybe either before or maybe that he's uncomfortable with, and that's how you get the unforced errors. That's going to be second and goal now
and then this is
from the 14.
This is no offense to K-Wack. K-Wack is a solid blocker, and he can catch the ball, but he's not an experienced in the zone catcher right there where somebody's coming down on him.
When you have Ashanti Worthy on the same side, completely uncovered, wide open, and you're forcing the ball to K-Wack on the blitz because J-Rock is screaming in your face.
3 guys in your face.
The rush made the play on that. It had nothing to do with the coverage.
Second and goal.
Because they sent the blitz.
One wide receiver at the bottom of your screen, bell in motion. The handoff.
SJ.
Stephen Jones pushes through the pile, gets to the 1-yard line.
Against his former team is crazy.
And that goal line, that specific goal line, has been heartbreak ridge for both of these teams. They have made or broken seasons.
Yeah, what are you trying to say, Matt? You having a little,
flashback,
PTSD?
the snap.
A little PTSD? Oh, they try to call the play. It's a free play.
Touchdown and a little bit of redemption if it counts.
Sterry Codrington called the snap before Marcel Bates, number 14, got off of the field. So basically, they're taking advantage of an 8 men on the field penalty.
Smart.
And the throw to Quincy Davis is called on the field as a touchdown, but it's false start.
False start on the BIC.
So they weren't in the right formation, and Will Franklin is going to call it on BIC. I think it was they weren't set before he called the snap.
They weren't in the right formation, so they will get called for the false start. So
Sterry Codrington thought he pulled a fast one.
I mean, it was in high IQ, but your team got to be with it.
Well, everybody's got to be having that high IQ. You can't be caught everybody moving around.
You can have a smart
let's see
quarterback.
Here on the replay. He's trying to get him off the field because he was trying to instigate too many men on the field.
Right. That's the tough thing with the
and they're saying he never snapped the ball.
With your ball in your hands as the quarterback, you have to call the snap. Sterry's had issues with that, whether he goes with the hut or he just goes go, but it's third and goal.
Yeah, this is a statement.
The handoff,
pushes
through and won't get to the end zone, but what a play at the goal line!
It's like hard body gets there and makes the contact, gets flung, but allows his teammate to come seal it up. So, is that a good play?
Tackling SJ at the goal line.
Fourth and goal and not 6 points.
But listen, tackling SJ at the goal line is never going to be a one-man job.
He's right there.
He cuts, and Hardbody makes the impact and slows him down for Nick Mays to make the...
That was a great play by Hardbody.
Again, now you got fourth and goal from the 2-yard line. I just saw Ice Cream Truck heading to the backfield. BIC is telling the U right now, our offensive line is going to get this touchdown.
A lot of people thought during this game, guys, it was going to be a high-scoring affair, that it was going to be back and forth.
It's a chess match.
I'll tell you what right now, if BIC scores, it's 15-0.
It's courage
They
versus
need to stop them because their offense is finding it hard to get points.
Flag on the play.
That is a terrible mental error.
That's not a good one. That's not a good one.
You got to just call it. You know what the play is.
From the 2.
That's rough, bro. That's rough.
Delay a game on the offense.
Oh, I respect the call, but man, they don't need that.
And what's the odds that Courage gets in with that play, 4th and 2? What, maybe like 70%?
Come on,
low
like
end?
85.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So now you go to a 4th and goal from the 7. Now, if you're the
he's still going to run it.
And if you are a fan of the A7FL and you know how much this play means, send this to your friend. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching this online, HBCU plus the Zone, send this link to Snap on 4th and goal. Jarvis Rogers, Codrington in there.
Wait a second, ref.
Touchdown, BIC.
Wow. Nick Mays tries to get him, and he just isn't quick enough. But there's a flag on the field again?
It might be on the defense. They knocked down Trey Cohen in the route. Now, it was before 5 yards, but we'll see how they call it.
No flag touchdown. All right.
No flag caught on the play, so it is 15-0 BIC.
And it's unfortunate what we're seeing because BIC can score. Take a look at this. This is clean. Great block. And And Nick Mays tries. He's just a step behind. He's just a step behind.
And look how close BICU games always are. Whether it's this end zone, I'm pointing to the left. Whether it's that end zone, I'm pointing to the right. It's always the game of inches, and Sterry just finds a way with his speed to get to the pylon. Nick Mays just misses a potentially game-breaking tackle at the goal line.
Let me give
and now it's 15-0.
BIC will go for one.
Okay, let me give the Vegas guys some, attaboy, right? I want you to see why we think BIC is so special. They can match up size for size with a team like the U, and they can match up speed for speed with a team like the Nightcrawlers.
Codringford for one. He's got a bald head.
Cedric Goodrich, they
Goodrich.
completely leave him alone.
He was shaving his head on the sidelines. I
Smart
saw him
man.
before the game. He's
Smart
like,
man.
it's got to be smooth.
And listen,
folks,
what was the brand of razor? BIC.
And folks, championship points matter, and the road to the A7FL championship is on. We have 7:19 left to go in the half. You have until tomorrow to get tickets. Go to a7fl.com/championship for your chance at A7FL 25. For your tickets, go to a7fl.com/championship. We'll have the throw off after the break.
This is gonna taste all right.
We never just see the numbers. We see the people.
Detroit is just changed so much. You can see what it once was. And then I think about what it can be. As an entrepreneur, it's about how I can give them the tools to empower themselves. If we can just all do something small, all the small things will start to amount to something big.
That's why we're here. To help make it happen. JP Morgan Chase.
Be unique. Be creative. Go berserk.
We're back live, 16-0 your score. It's the A7FL Eastern Conference Championship. I'm Matt Ryan, joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond. And here's the 3-on-1 throw-off. And we'll redo this one. It made the requisite distance. It just looks like not everybody was ready.
No, it's false start. They went over the line to throw it.
Again.
The refs are not
So
playing
now,
today.
listen, what that means is that the U may have their best chance at points all game so far. Running start from the 25. Let's see who he attacks.
He said it's actually going.
And now getting to the 50, met by Cohen. Cohen persistent, and he will get to the 45. So a solid return for the U,
Good
and it'll
field
be
position.
first and 10.
Now, I'll ask you this, Rob. How did BIC utilize their offensive line in the previous drive?
I mean, they kept it honest. The offensive line didn't even have to work too much. They were dropping guys back and
if you look at
the middle guy was choosing a side, and they were basically only sending two guys on the outside.
And when it mattered most, they went run a lot, I think. And for me,
it's fresh
the
legs.
U have to come out here right now, and you see they got the big offensive linemen. They got Big Haas Dubois, and they got Darryl Luck. And if they want to get back in this game, I think they have to do it in 4-yard chunks at a time.
Moon's back in at quarterback. Daryl Verges, A7FL and Town Beef legend. Another Town Beef legend hands it off. Big bodies pushing through. Darryl Luck like a truck. Gets the first down.
But then it begs the question, like, if you can get these kind of yards against BIC's defensive line, why not run it all game?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been saying all the time.
Let's take a look at the replay.
You got Mo Taylor, you got Muggs, you got Dot Boss. Let's run the ball.
Watch the opening that will come up right there. You see where 71.
He's going to run right behind
71.
He's going to run right behind number 76. And Olay is one of the best pass rushers in our league.
Look at the hole. He runs right. He falls through the hole.
First and 10, 6:17 left in the half. The snap, the handoff met immediately at the line. Tries to toss it back.
Yeah.
Cal Bone in on the tackle.
Bone's a different animal. I don't know, man. They have to figure out who they're going against and where they're going.
You know what?
They're not picking the right plays to run against that kind of D-line.
That's a great way to put it, the right plays. You know what I don't like about the way that it looks right now when Moon is in at quarterback? It's that almost 1990s offense. It's so predictable where guys are lining up, what they're doing, and how they're attacking. You almost want to see that when you see Jason Sisson come in that jet motion, that you use his speed and that motion, that action, to make the defense respond to it.
Second down, in motion. Moon snaps, in
Wide
trouble,
open.
thrown, caught. That's Jason Sisson, and he will get to the 25, and it will be third down.
And with the size of that offensive line, they can slow him up just enough with the play action to get that pop pass that he's going to be able to get right behind the line of scrimmage.
You go with a run-to motion to the Twins. Sisson's in a wheel look, and he's the worst guy if you're covering a wheel. Watch this play. If you're the corner at the top of your screen, looks like Sire Hancock, you have to honor that wheel route.
He's wide open.
And what he's doing is just sitting right there.
Right there.
It's an easy play, a rollout. That's one of the best play calls I've seen so far.
Luck is wide
and again,
open as well.
The motion makes the defense adjust. Here's Darryl Luck on third and short. But BIC's defensive line says no thank you.
We're talking about Psycho and Tyler Alpha with Bone. That's a tough ask. And then you're running. My thing is, I'm a lineman. I don't want to block sideways. I want to go man on man, head up. It's 2 yards. You think I can't push a guy 2 yards? Give me that block. Don't give me no, we're running right outside. Why are we running outside? Let's go head up.
When you go lateral, you allow for the defense to get that penetration, and when you only need 2 yards, Rob, you got to go north and south.
I need north and south. You're going, listen.
North and south, and then north and south again.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I couldn't block Tyler Alpha here, right? But the key is he has to go around me.
Fourth down.
Jesus.
They're all over Moon. Can he get away?
Moon!
Hueso Harris. Bone.
Harris.
Listen, he's one of the most athletic guys of that size that you'll ever see. And the Maryland product makes the sack on fourth down.
The Moon usually controls the Tides, but on that one, the Tides controlled Moon as he is brought down by the Patterson Hughes offensive line.
This play was doomed from the get-go.
To that blue wave.
The fact is there's 3 guys in the backfield, and one of them's Darryl Verges. The other one's Tyler Affa.
And then
it's Bone.
Oh, it's Bone.
Oh, great.
Let's attack Bone. Bone's not the one to attack either.
I feel like I've had nightmares that look exactly like this.
Yeah, me too. Because imagine having a
you're Mo Taylor, number 71, looking at him run at me.
And look how embarrassing
my
that
nightmare
looks.
is the one who's getting murdered because I can't even escape as much as Moon did. First and 10 for BIC.
My nightmare is watching you get murdered and hearing your wife yell at me about it.
Fair. Play action.
Codrington caught.
Where was he going?
And there's Kason Campbell.
Dance with me. Golly. Kason with the dance moves.
That's the next TikTok trend right there.
Listen, the jukes.
Do the Kason.
The jukes after the catch are fun. The real, torn ACL is on the deep action, on the play action, and he's looking like he's going to go deep, and he just stops on a dime.
But the guy bails out like he's gone.
Gone.
Ooh.
Listen, those are fun, but the route was even better. He had 8 yards of separation on a simple stop route on a play action.
Route. It was a nasty route.
How are you covering that?
I'm not covering
I'm asking Cool Kids Justin Shepard.
The snap on first down, the handoff.
There's Trey Robinson.
Trey Robinson.
On cue.
My goodness.
Gets it to the 41. It'll be second down. And the BIC running game looking to assert itself here in the latter stages of the first half.
BIC smart about it. Like, why not run the ball, start getting that clock out of there, just change the tempo of the game.
Well, especially after you get a big play in the air.
Right now.
What do you do as a defensive mind when you get beat in the air? You correct the defensive coverage. Well, guess what? You just talked about defensive coverage. Now maybe some of the defensive linemen forgot about what they need to do on the run game. Second and 7.
Man. These guys are
running
fatigued.
What could only be called the house arrest offense. Locked down, the handoff to the ice cream truck.
Oh, my goodness.
And that man popped out of a 3-point stance to get to the 35 and a little more. First down, BIC.
BIC's offensive line and running back combo are dragging 300-pound men. 15 yards down the field.
And
with
don't
ease.
sleep on motion like what you just saw with Ashanti Worthy, because, yes, he doesn't get the ball, and he's really not even involved in the play. But when you see a guy that dangerous come from the backfield and go out to the end, it spreads the defense out. And that's why he gets the good yardage.
At the 2-minute warning, folks, if you are watching this game right now and you have a phone, you have a device, you're on social media, and you're not sharing this link, you're not using the hashtag 87FL, what are you doing? Follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all of that razzmatazz. We want you to be a part of the A7FL. Follow us now on your favorite social media platform. We'll take a brief time out on the other side of this. We'll wrap up the first half. It's 16-0. BIC with the lead and the ball. It's the A7FL Conference Championship. Let us know in the chat who you think is making their way back here on the 21st.
Be unique. Be creative. Go berserk.
Is your content marketing drifting away? Unleash your videos with AI-powered Scene Machine. Scene's video experience platform processes your videos and helps you break up videos into smaller clips, making sharing easier and time-saving. The context of your videos are now searchable on Google. With Scene, you can take full control by converting views to actual sales. Visit us at signup.scene.com for your free 30-day trial and get Scene.
We're back live, 16-0 your score at the 2-minute warning. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond, the BIC with the ball. They started with the ball.
I think I won, right?
Yeah.
I win. If a kid is wearing a Huss Huss t-shirt,
Yeah.
I win. Yeah. Look at Kenny all smiling. I can't stand Kenny, man.
Kenny stands very
That's my brother, man.
hoping for a big opportunity to bring his team back to the A7FL Championship for the third time in 4 seasons.
First down, tight coverage, top of your screen, Ashanti Worthy, take the shot.
Play action, Codrington.
A little bit of
the
pressure.
Throw.
He gets hit.
Caught by Worthy.
My
Did he get it?
Goodness.
Mama, there goes that man
He
at
caught
the
that?
10.
Yo, he caught that?
And you could see the look on Sly Boogie's face, number 19 for the U. Man, we did everything right.
Let's
Instead,
watch
we got
here.
hit on the throw. Take a look at Isaac getting through.
By the
Isaac
way,
Negron.
he's throwing
Look,
at Davis
look,
on
look.
this.
Bang.
He gets hit. Look at this.
And
catch.
Ashanti Worthy not letting the face.
Oh, my goodness, bro.
That is Sports Center right there.
He literally told Quincy Davis on that play, man,
And
this
you know
is not
he's
your
got-
ball. This is my ball.
He's got the highlighter green, so you know when he does the toe drag that it's him.
It's him, bro. That's a nasty catch.
First and goal from the 10.
That's one of them ones.
BIC have scored 2 of the 3 times they've been inside the 20. The first drive, third play from scrimmage. The ball was stripped out of the hands of Quincy Davis.
And correction, Trey Robinson he is not a Vegas product, I'm being told. He is a Pennsylvania product.
He's held championships in the A7FL Pennsylvania division, has won in the Fallout in Nevada, was a national champion last season, and a flag on the play.
Maybe that's why he's so effective too, guys.
And funny enough, here's the weirdest thing, right? If my predictions are accurate and Insomniacs win tonight and BIC wins today, that means it's guaranteed that there will be a repeat champion. Because of Trey Robinson.
Yes.
That's insane. Either the Insomniacs win twice or Trey Robinson wins twice. And if
Here's
he
another
wins
look
twice,
at the throw and catch.
it's going to be very tough for Vegas guys to
That's a
stop him from
replay.
talking.
They'll be fine.
No, they won't.
Ashanti Worthy, heading into today, someone was talking about how he was not necessarily having a great season.
Who said that?
He's caught the ball 20 times. He's averaging 23 yards a
Another
catch.
flag.
Almost 50% of his catches have been for touchdowns. He's got 9 touchdowns on 20 catches so far this
He's
season.
not having a great season. You're not watching enough A7. That's what you're saying to me.
The thing is he can't have the high catch numbers.
Looks like another flag on the BIC.
He can't have the high catch numbers because he converts all of his catches into touchdowns.
Right.
So
Sideline-
there's only so many
the two
times.
sidelines are trying to get each other a little bit under control here. Sideline violations on a warning on both sidelines as things get a little hot here metaphorically and literally as it feels like the bayou with the humidity here today in Asbury Park.
That's that same matchup top of your screen.
Watch
Kyle Ward, Ashanti Worthy.
Play action. That's Robinson brought down at the 15-yard line.
Burton with the tackle in the backfield.
A.O. Burton bringing him down.
Listen, if you're going to get penetration through the offensive line that quickly, it doesn't matter who your running back is.
Yeah, not at all.
Especially when Burton's able to convert the tackle.
Do you guys want to know what the humidity is today?
Sure.
No,
78%. 78% humidity today
I
in Asbury Park.
survived Arizona heat.
Yeah, I'll never complain.
This is nothing.
Dry heat, whatever.
Dry heat
it was
is
130.
It was brutal.
Shout out to the Vegas guys. They have to walk around in that.
Yeah, shouts to you guys. Got my respect.
It'll be second and goal from the 15 after the sack. Play action.
And Isaac is
Negron
out there.
approaches off the hands
that
and
was
it'll
a
be turned down.
huge play, Rob.
Oh.
That was either 6 or a pick, and the BIC
If he
are
intercepted,
happy
he's taking
out
it.
of
He's
there.
taking it.
He's taking it all the way.
I think
But
Sterry would have been the only one that could be able to contend with that.
and when you watch the replay on this, yes, the check down is open. If he gets it to Trey Robinson, he likely is able to get yards after the catch. But you got to look at Ashanti Worthy screaming across the field, wide open in the end zone. Kyle Ward's doing a pretty good job covering him, but no one really in this league can cover Ashanti Worthy. Look at the top of your screen and see the elite speed just coming across the field. They're worried about Quincy Davis.
Timeout called by the BIC.
He's
he
wide
got to
open.
catch that, man. He has to catch that.
That is their last that is their last timeout, and folks, the stakes are high. As we are on the road to the A7FL Championship, today's games decide who we will be seeing on July 21st as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the A7FL. You have until tomorrow to get 25% off your tickets. Use the code A7FL25. That's A7FL25 at A7FL.com/championship to celebrate with us. And we'll have some information on what's going on at the championship at halftime. So go on over to A7FL.com/championship. Join us live at Asbury Park.
I just want to say something, Matt.
Yes.
Jackets in this weather is insane.
Yes.
That's just a heads up.
I know.
Yeah, that's just a heads up.
There's a reason why when we're off camera, like I am a mess right now. It is soupy up here in the booth.
That's a disgusting.
It is. We are operating a Hale and Hardy with this humidity today.
Oh my
it is.
God!
It
They
is.
said it's 118 in Vegas today. God bless you guys.
Yeah,
I
have
love
fun
you
with
all.
that.
I love you all.
I'll take this.
Listen, I'm praying for you
I
guys.
feel
I'll
like
take
I'm
swimming.
in a sauna
yeah,
right
we're
now.
swimming right now through the air. It's
Ugh.
so hot and humid.
I'll take this over the Arizona
I will.
Heat, though.
Absolutely 100% if we're going to be weathermen.
Well, the BIC
Third and goal from the 15.
look to be back in this humidity in 14 days' time. They have a 16-0 lead
Ooh,
on
deep
third
cross.
down. In trouble.
Isaac.
Flag
They're gonna
on the
call holding.
play.
he
And that
throws it
one will
away.
be a dead ball.
Number 61, Big Dippy, making his appearance, or he's wearing 61, and making his appearance as center today for BIC. Definitely held Isaac Negron, which will force them into either fourth and goal from the 15 if they decline it, or third and goal from the 25, guys. What do you think? Listen, I would force the fourth down because then it's one play. You
But
got to
it's-
stop
but-
them as
but
opposed to two.
Here's the thing. Whether you stop them or not, you're still down 2 full scores, and you have not been able to cross.
They declined the penalty. Patterson have declined the penalty.
Oh, wow.
It'll be 4th and 15.
It's
Smart.
just,
It's smart.
it's just as
Fourth
easy
and
for
fourth
Sterry.
and goal, pardon me, from the 15.
It's just as easy for Sterry Codrington to get 25 yards as 15 yards if you give him 2 opportunities.
Yeah,
if he
you don't want to.
slips through,
This is the
and
smarter
finds,
play.
I think it's better because they've also held him here.
It's smarter.
And look, let's put this into perspective. The score's 16-0, so it looks like it's pretty one-sided. But save the fourth downs that Sterry's been able to convert. This is
An
a
argument
head-to-head
breaking
game.
out about who the best wide receivers in the A7FL
Oh, my
are.
goodness.
Codrington
Pressure.
on 4th
White-
and 15.
White and Isaac Negron.
Gets out of the way of White. And Codrington
Oh,
will throw
my
this interception.
interception.
But brought down
Yikes.
at the 10-yard line. So
That's a good
Has
call.
to do it.
It's a
He has to.
50-50 call.
The penalty's a good
Declining the
call.
penalty was a great call.
It is.
The way that they rushed Codrington and forced him to the corner, and they weren't allowing him that free run at it
That's
because
what
he
I'm
definitely
saying.
wanted at least a shot at getting vertical. But you also have to give credit to Sterry Codrington. Even though it's an interception, he had to make the throw.
He had to make the throw.
He has to make an opportunity, give him an opportunity for his guys.
But this is what you do when you adjust to deal with a guy that's as dangerous as Sterry. And force the quote-unquote bad throw.
Kevin, Devin, Trevin don't matter. 1st and 10 for the U. White has been a force.
He tried it, and that's a great
And if that's Henrock, 2 huge turnovers.
He has been a huge asset.
Keeping his team in the game now. Great job on defense, you. Figure something out on offense. It's back. They're back with Moon at quarterback. 51 seconds left.
Joker saying that's a good play, but he's got to take it to the crib. Not with the defender right on him, Moon.
Heavy O-line.
Speaking of defense and trying to get a flag, 2 flags, multiple flags.
I will just say that this game is not going to come down to a missed
holding.
Call. It might be a bad call.
We're
holding on the defense.
Holding on the defense.
They have Muggs going out as tight end. I'm cool.
I'm not tackling that guy.
I ain't tackling that guy. Shout out to y'all that's still doing it.
But you look at the defense out there for BIC.
It may be muggy up here, but
I'm cool. They had a former NFL player flip me on my noggin in 2021. I am done.
Yeah, speaking of former NFL players, on that last play, I think they just subbed him out, but on that last play, Darrell Burgess was running around. Oh, no, he's still in there. We got Tyler Affa, Darrell Burgess, Big Mook, caught the man who caught the ball. Remember Vegas? Ole Bell, Sierra Hancock,
players
H3,
who've defined the past decade and beyond in this league.
Wow.
And 2 of the best corners, cover corners in this league, with a new quarterback in. Let's see what he can do.
First down, the snap. The throw.
Whoa!
Got him!
Whoa!
Caught!
Whoa! Boop, 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 can he get him?
That is why he's hot! Touchdown, Patterson! And if you're not going to cover Dakari Mims streaking down the sideline.
Who was the quarterback?
I don't know. His dreads are, shout out to Loctician, his dreads are covering both number and name. He's wearing a hat. He's incognito, but he's throwing dimes. Big, huge touchdown for the U. And that's the play they needed to close this half out.
Butler. Ron Butler in at quarterback.
Ron Butler? I thought Ron Butler was a running back. Okay.
Well,
he's trying to hide. Maybe it's somebody else. But regardless, that's good form. That's good placement. And we're trying to
There's a flag on the play. We're trying to figure it out.
We're trying to give credit to the corners, and then they're just getting smoked. They were caught off guard. They were like, it ain't Huff. It ain't Huff.
I hope that's not what they thought.
That is Ronald Butler.
Nice.
What a play by the running back.
The Butler did it!
I'm so proud of you. I'm hugging you even though it is 85 million
That's
degrees.
why the only reason I didn't hug you back, Matt, is because then it would have been too much.
It's like 99 degrees. Y'all giving swamp hugs right now. Just look at Mims. The stride. Again, I talked about this with Jaquan Mason about how Mims is such a difference.
He wears 9. He runs 9 routes, and here's Butler on the conversions.
Haas has to catch that, bro. Haas has to catch. He has to catch that.
In a game that has started 2-0, we are at 16-6 with 34 seconds left to go in the half.
That's big because a 10-point score is 2 possessions. But go ahead.
Before that play, you had only 10 passing yards this half.
They have more now.
Plenty more.
They have more now.
Corey. But we will rock with you until the end of the half.
He has to catch that.
We might also lean with you as well.
At Lincoln High School, Ron did play quarterback, so Butler has experience.
Thank you for letting me know.
You throw a dime like that. You throw a dime like that cold. You played quarterback before.
And Ron Butler stepping up and stepping in, locking it up for the Patterson U, and you can enhance your natural beauty and lock things up with Locticians. Scan the QR code or go to Locticians.com for the natural hair care professional in your area. Go to Locticians.com today. Lock it up with Locticians.
Travis, I have a very interesting question for you. Can he run? If he can play quarterback like that, can he run the ball?
And he played wide receiver at Utah State.
Listen, everybody's worried about problem. This might sound like bias or anything, right? Everybody's worried about how the quarterback's running around. If he's throwing the ball like that, who cares?
I do.
I don't.
I know you don't.
Let him just stand back there. Who? Sing!
BIC's not going to give him that much time. He has
Dakari Mims
to create that threat, that dual threat that Sterry is, force him to throw, even though he can run. If he can run, BIC has to change the way they come at him defensively. They have to.
Lincoln High School in Jersey City.
Oh, yeah.
A Jersey City boy. Shout out to the McGinley Square area.
Yeah, the money man. That's it. That's a fact. That's Haas's second drop, and I'm kind of disappointed because I'm very big. But I'm very big on Haas. I think Haas is. They call him Big Play Haas for a reason.
He's got to make plays.
Yeah.
And then Carlos Crosland delivers a
bomb.
Did he outthrow his coverage? Here's Pac Money on the return.
Marcellus Pack gets past the 50.
Easy turned around.
Easy.
Stays upright and will get to the 35. What a play by the BIC.
That is easy, isn't it?
That's easy. I could turn around, but B-More on B-More crime. The only person who could stop a B-More guy running like that
was a
B-More guy himself.
Oof, this is one of those games.
But back to the Haas, we'll quote, air quotes right now, drop. That's a tough catch, man. It's already tipped.
You are a wide
dropping
receiver.
that. Listen, dropping that.
Job?
Dropping that 2 points means that it's now a 2-score game for Patterson to get back.
It's a 1-score game
if he catches it. It's a 1-score game. Now down 10, you're going to have to stop BIC twice. And
I mean, your defense
BIC gets the ball back after these 35 seconds.
Now
so first and 10.
What I'm saying.
The snap by Codrington.
White with the pressure. White and Isaac Negron.
But Codrington will keep it, and he will be carried
in bounds.
to the 44.
That was a bonehead play. He should have went out of bounds.
Clock will run 23 seconds. No timeouts.
You think, if you're being smart, you get
with
the ball.
a 10-point lead. They're trying to get the U on their back foot. The
what
throw.
What is that? Did it go backwards?
It was a dead ball play. It was a dead ball play.
Oh, no.
Listen, if we look.
False start on the offense. False start on the offense.
They got to stop the cutesy stuff.
That wasn't cutesy. That was Sterry Codrington wearing gloves, completely whiffed on the ball.
Did it go backwards?
It could have. But the thing is if it's a penalty on the offense, illegal procedure is a lot of different things. It's not just false start. They could have not set up.
Let's take a look. Look.
He throws it from the 36. Where does it land?
Brother.
Does it land at the 35?
It's not.
It's even.
It's illegal motion. It's the same motion that we saw from before.
It's illegal procedure because they didn't get set before the play was called, so the play's dead from the rip.
That's a scary throw, bro.
That is absolutely insane.
That is Sterry knowing, okay, I screwed up.
Yeah.
This
Next
play
is, Next play. That's a scary throw.
But I will say, there's only, it says 8 on your screen. They might adjust that back up a little bit based on the penalty because there was a little bit of runoff after the play.
Football is such
but
a
with
fun
35
sport.
seconds left, and you have the playmakers that you have when you're Sterry Codrington for BIC, not running out of bounds on that run and having the clock moving and trying to go hurry up, just a bad mental mistake.
Oh, they're going to the replay for what?
They're going to go to the replay for whether
They're trying to see if that was a fumble, but if the call in the field was a penalty.
But hear me out.
If the BIC, if the U decline it,
take a look. This is a fumble, brother. It's behind them.
This view does not help us whatsoever.
It's our first view that gives us the better angle.
Now it has to go backwards. It can't be even.
Let's take a look.
Even is still a throw. So he's gonna let go of the ball at the 36.
At the 36.
It goes behind the line.
It's got to go. It lands right on the 36. So if you're gonna say,
I don't think that's a fumble. I don't think
it's a fumble, but it's really close. But
it's close, but I don't think it's a fumble.
And also, if it's a false start or it's a legal procedure,
why look at the replay?
Because if it's declined, I believe it's if it's declined.
Better question.
Okay.
If you're throwing that, wearing gloves in this heat and this humidity, you better take them off.
I'm here.
There is no flag. There is no flag.
Okay.
They're trying to see if it was a forward pass.
I don't think it was a forward, but I don't think it was a backward either.
The hard part is on if they do overturn the call on this, all they can do is give possession. If White gets the ball here and it's an honest fumble, Davis still could tackle him. So you can't give him points. You can't give him yards.
You just give him the turnover.
But the turnover with this much time left, we just saw what Butler could do, right?
With Butler at quarterback, yeah, you might be changing some things around. This game just got a little bit more interesting.
So there was no flag.
Okay.
We were it looked as if there
Let's
were a
take a look.
penalty on the play.
They threw the flag that's not yellow for the spot of the ball.
That's
I think.
what confused it.
But look, it lands forward. If it lands on the 36, which it does,
It doesn't land forward, though. It's between. That's a tough call.
Look at his back foot. His back foot is
But
right
if it's
above
not,
the 35,
if it's not
36.
conclusive,
It's not conclusive.
it's not-
Offense
yeah.
keeps it.
When they go back to the
They
replay,
always put us in these situations where we have to call these impossible, even with the camera situations.
and by that you mean BIC to you, don't you?
Yeah,
Yes,
BIC and
everyone.
always do
We
this.
started with a strip at the goal line.
It was at the millimeter line. It wasn't a yard. It wasn't an inch.
What
It
is
wasn't Al
what is
Pacino.
the chat
You
think?
gotta fight for that inch. No, it was a millimeter.
The chat seen that. What are we looking at, chat? Is that a fumble or what? Let us know. Let us know. I'm very curious as to what you guys think. We have over 800 people in here. Please tell me what you think.
Shout out to everyone watching wherever you're watching.
Yeah, whether you're on DAZN, A7FL.TV, YouTube, HBCU Plus, wherever in the grand expanse, as the BIC and the U could not have a single game go by without
Fumble or incomplete,
an
please.
intense matter of scrutiny. The level of scrutiny
Yikes.
riding on this game.
I'm seeing that's a fumble. Clear fumble.
Then
Dead
they're
ball,
saying they can't.
Turnover. They can't call fumble. Fumble. It's no flag. Incomplete pass. The chat is just a split.
Hand does go forward, so it's definitely an attempt at a forward pass if it goes forward.
Hand
the question
goes
is
forward,
not
but
the
this
tuck
ball-
rule. It's not does it slip out of his hands as it's going backwards and then it's an automatic fumble.
That's a fumble. It's a fumble because he left his hand before he was
No,
throwing
look,
it. I saw that too.
His
look,
foot.
Look.
At his foot. It's right in
But it
front of
doesn't
the
hit on
35.
that line, though.
But if it hits on the 35, it's clearly backwards. If it hits on
Ball has
in
to go
between the
past
35 and the 36, it's not clearly backwards.
They're
So how do you
saying
say?
ball has to go past the 36. It didn't. Fumble, stereo
No, it's not.
overrated,
It's
fumble.
not. Has to go forward.
fumble,
it can't
fumble.
go backwards. There's a difference. It can go sideways.
Call.
Incomplete pass. It is
Okay,
an
there we go.
incomplete pass.
Call on the field is incomplete.
And look, there.
Okay.
To be clear, you saw in the chat, half said this, half that said that. So for it to overturn,
Is that Jonathan?
what?
Keels
I was
in
just
a-
about to say that.
Why is he wearing a BIC?
Don't even. What do you?
I'm sorry. I was confused. That's my guy. I didn't know.
Yeah, there he is. They're showing him.
Shouts to my guy.
He's not on the roster. He will not
No.
play. He just wants to be part of the ambiance.
I don't blame him. The energy down there is amazing. No matter which sideline you're on, the energy is amazing.
So with 12 seconds left to go, and an episode of NCIS later, it is 2nd and 2.
Which NCIS? Important.
The T-Neck.
T-neck, nice.
NCIS T-Neck. It airs on a channel that I run at 3 o'clock in the morning for 45 seconds.
That definitely is Big Dippy with a do-rag on. Just wait till you see Matt with his do-rag.
I was thinking about
It's too hot.
showing
to have
up
a do-rag.
with a silky matching my coat.
Well,
but
listen,
the coat is on the floor now.
Fans, if they're doing it properly, they saw the pregame show, and Matt was looking with the pink shirt, rocking it. Shout out Berserk merch.
Yeah, Ryan DePaul's father, big fan of the new merch over at a7fl.com/gear. That's a7fl.com/gear. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside as we head towards the championship, and I can't hide it. I'm still standing feeling better than I ever did and want you to head on over to a7fl.com/gear.
Yeah.
Let's get a little action
yeah,
in
yeah.
finally as another whistle.
There's a whole lot going on.
Timeout called by the U.
Personnel that they have out here now is BIC saying to the U, hey, we're going to take it to the half. Now, what they're really likely going to do when they say that out loud to the U is we're going to go play action.
And the last piece of the puzzle will be decided tonight in Vegas, but we are 30 minutes and 12 seconds away from deciding the Eastern Conference champion. Join us live Sunday, July 21st at Asbury Park Stadium right here in Asbury Park, New Jersey. And get 25% off your tickets by using code A7FL25. That's code A7FL25. Join us live Sunday, July 21st at 4 p.m. Eastern right here. Get tickets at a7fl.com/championship.
They just told me in the chat, wait till Butler huss. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm familiar with
I love
Ron
how there's
Butler, though.
always somebody in the chat to be the super fan for the guy that
Somebody's
we haven't heard
agent's
of yet.
always in there.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they're telling me that Ron Butler is one of the best flag players.
Kyle Ward,
in
one-on-one, Ashanti
Jersey.
Worthy.
They
But
hand
they
off
handed
to
off
the ice cream truck. The ice cream truck will drive through to get to the 49.
I think they're going to call a timeout and go for a Hail Mary with the last play
Well,
of
the
the half.
BIC have no timeouts, so this will be the end of the first half.
Yeah.
One half of football down, another half left to go. At halftime, Corey Hammond will be down they'll be down on the field as me and Rob take a look at highlights and have a little conversation and consternation. 16-6 is your score, and folks, on the other side of this, it'll be halftime. The BIC with the lead, but can Ron Butler and the U turn things around? We'll break it down on the other side as the A7FL Eastern Conference Championships. Send the link. Share it with a friend. What are you doing? We'll be back.
Be unique. Be creative. Go berserk.
Is your content marketing drifting away? Unleash your videos with AI-powered Scene Machine. Scene's video experience platform processes your videos and helps you break up videos into smaller clips, making sharing easier and time-saving. The context of your videos are now searchable on Google. With Scene, you can take full control by converting views to actual sales. Visit us at signup.scene.com for your free 30-day trial and get Scene.
Ça, j'étais pas venu dans le Montréal. Dessiner avec 20 minutes, c'est ce qui vit de train, non? Et voilà.
This is gonna taste all right.
We never just see the numbers. We see the people.
Detroit has just changed so much. You can see what it once was. And then I think about what it can be. As an entrepreneur, it's about how I can give them the tools to empower themselves. If we can just all do something small, all the small things will start to amount to something big.
That's why we're here. To help make it happen. JP Morgan Chase.
Where could reinvention take your business? Accenture, let there be change.
See it?
Can we see a dinosaur?
Say it.
Hey Google, take me to the Natural History Museum.
Display it. That's tech, according to the 2024 Nissan Rogue.
And we're here at the half, 16-6 BIC with the lead. A lot of football left to play. I'm here with Ole Bell, and the offensive line has been saying Ole to you so far in this first half. But tell me what you're seeing on the field as one of the best defensive linemen, not only in today's game, but maybe in this league's history. What do you see today in this matchup?
The you being a you. You know, you want to get to the outsides. We just want to stop it. You know, make it more uncomfortable. We know we got to make Moon be a quarterback instead of a running back.
So you've been able to do that against Moon, and even when Carlos Crosland came in to an extent, which what we've seen him. But then we got Butler out there. What adjustments do you think you guys are going to make to seeing a new quarterback that maybe a lot of you guys are unfamiliar with in the big play that he made as Kenny Stansbury's dancing in front of us?
We feel like they got to adjust. They never played with him, so, you know, a lot of us know him over here. They got to adjust. You can't just put a dude in the quarterback and expect him to know the receivers and this and that. So,
well, let's be clear. Whose fault was that? I'm looking at H3 over there. Did he just blow coverage? Was he ready for that one? What's up with it, H3?
Shit, things happen, man. Man, players mess up. We good, dog.
Well, as we head into the second half, obviously the offense has been doing a little bit of their thing. I think maybe the story so far in that first half is the defenses for both teams. What adjustments do you think that they should be making playing you guys, an offense that, you know, 16 points and a half is actually a little bit lower than what you guys expect?
We left a lot of points on the ball off the boards. We fumbled, I think. What else? I think
fumble at the goal line there.
Crazy.
Interception over there on fourth down.
Yeah. Well, we hope they don't make no adjustments. We feel like we can score anytime we want against them. And that's all, man.
Well, you heard it here. Halftime, 16-6 BIC's ready for the second half. Maybe I'll get a chance to walk over to the U sideline, but I don't know. They still don't like me after throwing 3 touchdowns against them last year. So, Ole, good luck in the second half. Stay healthy. And keep it up for us old guys.
I got you.
Back to you in the booth.
Highlights, and when we come back, it'll be the second half. It's the BIC and the U. 16-6 your score. It's the Eastern Conference Championship.
Be unique. Be creative. Go berserk.
Is your content marketing drifting away? Unleash your videos with AI-powered Scene Machine. Scene's video experience platform processes your videos and helps you break up videos into smaller clips, making sharing easier and time-saving. The context of your videos are now searchable on Google. With Scene, you can take full control by converting views to actual sales. Visit us at signup.scene.com for your free 30-day trial and get Scene. Is your content marketing drifting away?
It is 16-6 at halftime. Lock it up with Locticians on the other side of this. We'll get you set for half number 2 as the Patterson U will get the ball. It's the A7FL Eastern Conference Finals, live on A7FL.tv.
And you gotta love the chat. Nothing but positivity for Corey Hammond in there.
So we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Be unique. Be creative. Go berserk.
Is your content marketing drifting away? Unleash your videos with AI-powered Scene Machine. Scene's video experience platform processes your videos and helps you break up videos into smaller clips, making sharing easier and time-saving. The context of your videos are now searchable on Google. With Scene, you can take full control by converting views to actual sales. Visit us at signup.scene.com for your free 30-day trial and get Scene.
Ça, je développe dans le brouillard. Mais ici, avec toi, Nivelles, c'est qui vit de fond et voilà.
This gonna taste all right.
We never just see the numbers. We see the people.
Detroit has just changed so much. You can see what it once was. And then I think about what it can be. As an entrepreneur, it's about how I can give them the tools to empower themselves. If we can just all do something small, all the small things will start to amount to something big.
That's why we're here, to help make it happen. JP Morgan Chase.
16-6 your score. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond as we're ready to throw things off. And folks, heading into this half, these guys needed to get taped up. And if you need to get taped up or spatted like a pro, go to tapemeup.net. That's tapemeup.net. Scan the QR code now. Athletes of all levels get that pro-level experience at tapemeup.net.
Guys, please don't leave your seats. Don't go anywhere because I promise you, if I've learned one thing from being a part of and watching games between BIC and the U, just know the ending will be wild. This second half is going to be – we're going to talk about this second half for a couple of years, so just be ready for it.
We've been talking about the ramifications of the 2021 championship, and that was when Rob was a player.
Right. Shouts out to Jaquan Mason on the check-in.
Shout out to Jay Mason. And at halftime, we didn't even get to talk about it. The A7FL All-Decade Team will be unveiled on July 21st as we put together the list of the greatest players in the last 10 years of the A7FL Championship. And, Rob, it's going to be big party.
It's a phenomenal list.
I'll say a lot of names on this field
are on
that list.
That's a fact. That's a cold, hard fact.
And there's one name that will be not on that list, which is Big Rob Fabian, who
I'm not on that list.
Abstains from the list. He's a member of the committee. But as we throw this off here, Isaac Gomez
they threw it.
Will get it to the requisite distance.
It's Kyle Ward.
Kyle Ward looking to return this, and it is brought down inside the 50.
Decent field position. You have a new quarterback coming out there. Let's see what he can do, right?
Yeah, and speaking of Rob and he not being on the All-Decade team, it'll be Ron walking back on the field, but Rob abstaining from the list does not mean we still can't honor him.
Right.
Because the first person to join the first class of the A7FL Hall of Fame will be Big Rob Fabian.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, Rob.
All the claps. I hear the claps.
Congratulations to Rob as Ron Butler looks to put his name in the record book. Flag on the play as
might be delay of game.
The yellow hanky becoming something you
delay of game.
delay a game on the offense. And, folks, you can't get that at a7fl.com/gear, but I do feel like we need those A7FL branded ref flags after this half.
Especially if they're specifically shaped like a pineapple. But 1st and 15, again, a lot of unforced errors, but bottom of your screen, interesting matchup. Amir Chick Morris, number 14 for BIC, Big Haas Dubois.
The handoff, and Matt at the line pushes through to near the initial line of scrimmage. If they won't mark him there, they'll mark him a yard short. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, Darrell Luck there, 4 yards to get them
Second down,
back to 2nd and 12. So 3 yards.
That's a hard 4. 3? Just 3?
Yeah,
like 4.
2 yards back from 2nd and 10, so my math is correct. But the problem is on 1st and 10, that's actually a great play. 2nd and 7 is where you need to be, but the penalty, they rush to the line of scrimmage.
Empty
spread them out.
backfield for Butler on 2nd down.
Mismatch.
The snap, the throw. Caught! Off the hands of Sisson!
Dropped it!
So they run out of the huddle, and
bro.
they get the matchup they're looking for. Jason Sisson had Big Mook covering him, and for all the things that Big Mook can do, wearing 3 digits on the front and back of his jersey for BIC, one of those things, Rob, is not cover Jason Sisson on the go route.
He dropped I don't care what happened.
And also some names you're going to see tonight are also on that all-decade team, Rob.
Oh,
we'll see them at 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Names or name? We'll see.
Names.
We'll see.
Names.
I'm joking.
In all fairness, names.
But back to that play, they get exactly what they need and what they wanted when they rushed to the line of scrimmage. When you do things like that, you're looking for mismatches. And Sisson on Big Mook is a mismatch that you want. Great throw from Butler.
It looks like he was trying to catch it and move at the same time to get the extra yards. And a timeout called by the U.
I mean, Butler did his job.
You just threw away a touchdown in a game like this. That you know when you guys ask what play was it that determined that that's the play.
Those aren't championship points, but those are points that can get them to the championship. Man. We want you to join us on July 21st right here in Asbury Park for the 10th A7FL Championship. One of these teams will move on to face the Insomniacs or Sick With It. Buy your tickets now at a7fl.com/championship. That's a7fl.com/championship. And use the code A7FL25 for 25% off.
And for an offense in the U that really the one time that they were able to get anything on offense was the big play to Dakari Mims on the go route. For them to get the matchup that they want, the open, basically easy touchdown for Jason Sisson. No one's catching him in the open field like that.
He dropped it, bro.
Dropping that is going to be a big play, but we'll see what Butler can do bouncing back. 3rd and 12, he's got to convert a pass.
The play, Butler in trouble.
Oh, yikes.
Followed.
Oh, yikes.
Butler making a miss, putting him on ice. Butler staying up. Butler.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
And now we can see if Butler can run.
He just ran through the entire BIC defense. Wait a second.
That man from Jersey City on the path to greatness, putting the Patterson U on roller skates, ice skates, and flip-flops as they glide back as the Patterson U get the first down.
Look, he's dead to rights on this replay multiple times. The guys that are chasing him are not the normal speed guys normally, but that's Tyler Affa missing.
That's Affa and Ole. Come on, man. Cut it out.
And when he accelerates
upfield, we're going to cut back to the field because Butler waits for no one. The snap on 1st down. Immediate pressure. The throw deep. Almost intercepted. It'll be a flag on the play, possibly PI. We'll see who it's on.
Hi, Corey.
What?
Look how the defensive line has to play him now because he has the running ability.
Well, if after doing that,
he's calling a flag.
What's the flag?
Down there?
They call pass interference on the BIC.
Oh my God!
The ball wasn't
just as good as a catch. That was just as good as a catch. That's
that
nasty.
ball's not even catchable.
Right. Let's
look at the replay.
What am I seeing? What?
Well, they've yet to move the chains.
Oh, my God.
And
I told y'all the second half was going to be crazy.
Yeah, they're moving it. Here's the replay.
I told you.
You're right, Rob. They got to honor the run.
They have to
respect
respect
with a clean pocket. He's got wide open guys down the field, and he completely throws an uncatchable ball to no one.
I don't see it, but great coverage by BIC. Unfortunately, there was a flag there, but
I don't know what
look
routes
how they got to respect them.
That's a red flag right there because for you to have that much time in the pocket. Listen, when you have that much time in the pocket and you can throw a clean spiral throw to one of those guys, and you miss both of them. They're both in the same area. I don't know if that was a bad play call or just bad execution. Or maybe he's tired from running, I don't know, the whole length of the field in that last play.
About to get a Ron Butler, Patterson, New Jersey.
Doesn't matter, first and goal.
The snap, first and goal. Alpha in front of him.
Oh,
Butler
he's not afraid of anyone.
Charges through. Ron Butler makes it a one-drive game.
Wait a second. I warned y'all about the second half of A7FL.
And what we say out there when we were trying to get a breath of fresh air at halftime, Rob, this is the what? The U's in trouble.
And
they're looking around.
You break glass in case of emergency.
And then here's Ron Butler. Make it happen.
Jeremiah Branch, what might be line of the day. 9 broken tackles, and it's 7-on-7. Crazy work.
No, crazy
And
work.
Jeremiah Branch, if you don't send out some ribs with Derek and the rest of the West Coast people for us, I'm going to be so mad. They're going for
We're
2
even going to use the
to make it
the hashtag I'll try
14-16
for the discount.
They jumped in a couple of guys have jumped in my inbox to fill me in on who Ron Butler is. They said Ron Butler is what we consider logo and bagway for New Jersey.
The back stack to Sisson. Sisson will get on his bicycle. Goes for 2. Pop fly.
Oh, Mims.
Dakari
Mims.
He did not come down with it.
He dropped it. Oh,
16-12 your score. If you want to get your Ron Butler, Patterson, New Jersey, go to a7fl.com/gear or scan the QR code now. Get a Huss t-shirt, get a Thick Boy Season t-shirt, or rep your team heading to the chip. Scan the QR code now. The score, 16-12 in the third quarter. On the other side of this, the BIC get the ball on an untimed down. It's the most exciting play in football and the most exciting game of the year. It's BICU. Winner to the chip. Next.
Is your content marketing drifting away? Unleash your videos with AI-powered Scene Machine. Scene's video experience platform processes your videos and helps you break up videos into smaller clips, making sharing easier and time-saving. The context of your videos are now searchable on Google. With Scene, you can take full control by converting views to actual sales. Visit us at signup.scene.com for your free 30-day trial and get Scene.
Be unique. Be creative. Go berserk.
We are back live. It's the A7FL Championship. And how do you make 7 men miss and break 9 tackles in 7-on-7? Ron Butler, the Jersey City product who made his way to Utah. Like the former Coyote, showing up here in the A7FL and making a huge statement in the Eastern Conference Finals.
He was dangerous.
As the 3-on-1 throw-off, we'll see Carlos Crosland throw it off. And that is a high pop-up. It reaches past the 25. That's caught on the fly. Gets past the 20. Gets downfield. He's gliding down. It's 2024. No matter where you stand, pack money. Get you to the chip. Touchdown, BIC.
And that's why BIC is dangerous. They're dangerous on offense, defense, special teams. You just can't count them out no matter who you put in. Ron Butler has his work cut out for him.
And how could you execute the sky throw better than they did? I don't think you could. Carlos Crosland does his job and gives Easy an opportunity, who's not a slow guy in this league. Kyle Ward, not a slow guy in this league. It just shows you the elite speed from Pack Money.
Fast.
He might be one of the fastest guys, not only in Baltimore playing for BIC, but also in this league.
I really wish
look at the balance getting past Crosland.
Yeah, Easy is the problem here.
And here's the extra point.
A flag on this 2-point attempt, a 1-point attempt. Pardon me. It would have been possibly offsides.
Honestly, in that coverage, Easy's the problem. They attacked him twice, and he's whiffed and missed both times.
Well, the tough part when you do the sky throw is you want to make the aggressive tackle as he catches it, because it's a dangerous situation for the returner. The ball's high in the sky. You got to look at the ball, locate the ball. You can't look at the coverage down the field. makes a great catch, which is an athletic play in itself, but he's also, look at it here, and then he's also catching it at his shoelaces and immediately accelerating. Easy looks like he didn't make a great play on that play, but it's Pack making a better play.
How do you see that?
Play. Says Rob. Could you do that?
Well, me? I would never be
so
out there.
the penalty.
The Hall of Famer, Rob Fabian, he could do it.
Henderson Yu on the penalty, so it'll be a 1-point attempt from the 2.5-yard line.
Okay, nice.
Well, that's an interesting way to do it, because if you get the half the distance to the goal from the 5, you almost would expect to see Courage in here, 2.5-yard line, but it's Sterry in the spread.
Empty backfield. Worthy in motion, play action. Worthy throws it to, gets it from Codrington, and he's in there. 24-12, 23-12, your score.
Who's the last person you would leave wide open on BIC?
Ashante Worthy, and if they keep doing that, they'll make their way to the A7FL Championship, which is when the next time you'll hear me, Corey, and the Hall of Famer, Big Rob Fabian. And join us live at a7fl.com/championship. Order your tickets now. Use the code A7FL25. That's A7FL25 to get 25% off your tickets to join us live July 21st. Join me for my 35th birthday.
Let's go.
Right here in Asbury at a7fl.com/championship.
Who is Brandon? Why does he think me and you are the U's biggest cheerleaders? That's insane.
I don't know. I don't read the comments that often.
Yeah. Hey, Brent, take a nap, buddy. It's hot outside.
Isaac Gomez will throw the ball off for the Trenton BIC. Up by 11.
Here's Sisson looking to make up for the drop touchdown.
We've seen some back-to-backs this season. Will we see it again? Sisson gets past Cohen.
Oh, good tackle by JJ.
JJ Radcliffe doing a little bit of a slide.
It would not be his fault. I literally have BIC picked to win. I don't know if you guys picked prior to the game starting, but I know in my explanations multiple times I have BIC winning this because historically the winner of the first matchup in the regular season
that's usually what it's been, at least.
It wins out the matchup.
At least from the 2021 season.
Honestly, yeah. It's been they've never split.
And Rob, you've been on both sides of this, and Corey, you've been on the BIC side of this for these games.
I've never beat the U.
I know. It's okay, sweetie. You've called as many championships as they've been in.
Oh, yikes. Ron Butler's back with that big offensive line.
Oh, let's see if he is Bagway.
The snap. The throw, caught.
Ooh, bullet.
Haas Dubois trying to push through the defenders. Well, they'll call them out at the 47-yard line, and it'll be second down.
Very careful with that stiff arm. If it rises up too high, that's hands to the face, and you don't want that.
Well, let's talk about the throw.
That was a good throw.
That's the kind of throw that you expect from a quarterback that's played quarterback before. You get to the back of your drop back. Don't love his platform, but the bullet to the stop route on time, that shows that he knows how to manipulate a defense. And when he gets there, he lets the ball rip. He's got a guy that's wide open, and all Haas has to do is get his hands on it and get forward. That's the way that you complete passes in the A7FL, and it'll bring up a manageable second and about 3.
Sisson in the slot. Butler, pressure, the throw while he is hit, and Sisson misjudged it in the air, and it will be third down as Butler.
Sisson again is by himself. Now that time it's a miss from the quarterback.
Smoked like a pre-roll ham, and it will be
I'm going to be honest.
down.
What it looked like as the ball was about to be released is that Dakari Mims on the deep in forced Sisson's defender to bail and go for the route almost as if they're in a zone. He saw the crosser coming across and attacked the crosser coming in front of him. If that's an on-time throw, or even, let's be honest, a lollipop that sails in the air for enough for Sisson to run under it.
With no one there.
Well, I mean, does he catch it? He threw out the last one. But he's wide open, and BIC needs to look at their defensive secondary. If they're going to win this game, they better start covering a little bit better than they are.
Butler on third down. The snap. Immediate pressure. Throw. Call interception.
Amir Chick Morris.
Amir Morris will be brought down on the other side of the 50.
And when people are ready to crown other people Mark Bagway, first and foremost, let's get a couple of drives in here.
Bagway wouldn't do that.
No, he might, but, you know.
But that's why I be saying run. Sometimes you run.
No.
Sometimes I run.
Not me.
Sometimes I run.
Look at this play. Now, he's throwing it on time.
And he holds that tight.
No, respectfully, Maurice Taylor has to make a better block than that.
It's not just the block. The route combination was streak, and Dakari Mims is running the slant underneath. So the quarterback is assuming that Dakari Mims is screaming for the slant underneath, and Chick is just in the right spot at the right time. He's going to make the catch.
Dang, Joker.
The BIC will get the ball with 9:59.
Olay with the pressure. Forcing the pass before he was ready, honestly.
And to this point, Butler's such an effective player, and they will call the interception down at where he caught the ball, not where he was tackled. So,
yeah, I mean, Butler's changing the game for them on offense and giving them the ability to score.
He's given them the chance that they didn't have before he got in.
Right.
But let's not say that he's completely replacing. Somebody was saying that Huff is heartbroken because he took his job. Not yet. He's still a great player if he's throwing the ball that hard.
Marcellus Pack will set up to the right of Codrington. The snap. And Codrington will keep this one on first down.
Stiffy.
Gets a stiff arm and will get out of play at the 45.
That stiff arm was nasty, bro.
And it will be...
That wasn't even a stiff arm. A stiff arm's usually to the chest. That was a boy. It was a nice pat on the top of the dome.
He whispered in his ear,
"Don't touch my head." It was once said. Don't
GG's,
you
my
dare
guy.
touch my head.
GG's. 2nd and 2.
But this is Sterry Codrington going to the sidearm. We talked about Pack Money's speed. Sterry Codrington, he's got the lead. He's already completed the passes. Now let's just win the game by running the ball. 2nd and 4.
That's what I always say. That's my game plan always. Run the rock.
Codrington will snap the ball. Pressure.
Oh.
The throw. Caught off the hands of Pack.
Butter Lewis
Umar Lewis, pardon me.
Butter on his gloves then.
That's Butter or Pack?
No, that's Butter. Oh, no, that's Pack.
I was going to say, that is
my
Pack.
bad.
No disrespect to Butter, but I would be upset that he's out there dropping that.
Oof, right off the hands.
Come on, Pack.
If Pack Money can catch that Sky 3-on-1 throw, he should be able to catch
Brown
that.
asking, where's the running game right now?
I mean, it's there. It's just...
The BIC feel they have the momentum with the passing game?
Well, 2nd and 4, you could take a shot. You could do something. Now they send 4 in the route.
Lead, though? Do you feel like 22?
I don't know. They put Courage back in. I guess they're taking it seriously on 3rd down.
The handoff to Courage. Courage bounces off, and he will hit to the inside. Courage Mosey gets the first down and more, and is brought down inside the 45. First down, Trenton. Let's take a look at this here on the replay. And you can, this is a scene replay right here. Just a little clean here. Just pardon me,
He's like, what you doing, bro?
Sir, I just need a moment. I just need a moment. Sharing is caring, and you can get moments like that utilizing Scene. Utilize Scene's interactive AI video model to help make your videos more monetizable. Scan the QR code for more information.
Maybe ask permission first or something like
that.
I don't know.
Taylor on the D-line, which is interesting. He was there last 2 going against Valley. I'm wondering why.
The snap, Codrington.
Case on Campbell.
Throws this deep. Campbell! What defense?
That's good defense.
That is some excellent defense.
That's good defense. Way to not give up. He looked beat. Kason makes those catches. He looked beat.
We'll take a look at the replay. Just came up. It looked like he was waiting, stalling to go underneath.
Well, you saw him go airborne because he's wide open here. If you throw that ball in front, the recovery speed by the defender is not going to. He's got to come up with that pass, but the ball hung in the air long enough for the defender to get that recovery speed back into the play, and he knocks it down.
He looked beat.
He was burnt.
He looked beat.
Second down, Courage again.
Blocks.
Courage Mosey. Mosey down the field, the legend. Fresh legs gets it inside the 25 as the BIC continue their march towards another championship opportunity.
And with Courage, one of the best backs in the history of our league. Maybe once upon a time he scores on that play. But what you see is his best attribute is his vision. He sees where he needs to go, makes the cut, and gets upfield.
Snap the ball in the hurry up. Codrington will keep it. Codrington comes towards the sideline and gets away from Kyle Ward. Will run out of play at the 12. Second down.
BIC is exploiting mismatches that some people will not notice if you don't pay attention to the game.
And there's the Courage run.
Look at the seal by Quincy. Wow. Yeah,
he has redeemed himself since the first quarter.
Kason. Yeah, Quincy, by playing good team football, has definitely redeemed himself. It's not the plays that you notice that flash on camera, but a seal like that to give Courage a 15-yard gain on that run, that's impressive. That's
well, it's also that's a cutback from Courage. He hesitates in the hole, explodes when he sees the cutback. Great vision.
Second down, the handoff. That is
SJ.
SJ Stephen Jones, as he will get past the initial first down marker, and they will mark him down at the 12. It'll be first down BIC.
He goes double jump cut on that run.
Joe Mack in the chat, you're right. If BIC's in rhythm, it's a good game if BIC's in rhythm. I won't say it's over, but it's definitely a better game
because
for
Butler
them.
has shown flashes of, I want to see what he can do with the time we have left.
Butler's dangerous in these.
And if you're a fan of the A7FL and you're thinking about next year, Butler, Sterry, Ashante, Huff coming back, you've got the Animals, the handoff, SJ again. Finds his way through, pushes K-Wack, his own man, and truck sticks his way to the 2-yard line.
And it looks like he
it'll
got
be second and goal.
Well, it looks like he actually, because he could get the first down if he gets to the 1. No, they got to the 2, so it's still 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1, pardon me. Yeah, they if they get a 1-yard gain here, they get a fresh set of downs. So
it'll be Trey Robinson in the backfield, giving SJ a breather.
Robinson with 4:35. Yeah, what a run there by Stephen Jones. As it will be second down, 2nd and 1 from the 2-yard line.
Hope he doesn't slip on the towel.
Codrington will toss this to Robinson. Robinson will push inside, and he will slide in. Touchdown, Trenton BIC. The player down on the field.
Is that K-Wack or Quincy?
That's Quincy Davis. Looks like his knee might have gotten jammed up. Not what you want to see.
Hey, Remo Brown, I don't disagree with you, brother. I definitely don't disagree with you.
Well, they go
BIC the momentum right back.
Well, they go
Remo
speed
Brown saying
option.
that interception changed the whole pace of the half.
Definitely.
Well, they go speed option to the left side, and Trey Robinson has the vision as being a quarterback most of the time in his career.
Oh, that.
I didn't see what happened to Quincy.
Yeah, he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And the BIC will go for 1.
Your plumber.
Yeah, that's a lot right there. That's a lot.
Hey,
That's too much there.
Corey
Davis, who was a big possible rookie sensation last season, got hurt. But now Codrington going for 1, steps up and throws, and that one incomplete.
Too much sauce.
Hits the camera person, and Marcel, and it looked like that was number 16.
That's Marcel Bates. I can't.
Umar Lewis, the intended receiver.
Valley is smiling, so I'm guessing Marcel and Valley got into a little bit of a pushing match, but I couldn't tell you. I didn't see it.
Dave Valley has walked up and down the A7FL East Coast and made a ton of best friends.
Take a look. Oh, yeah, they're going.
He's made a ton of best friends with his play so far this season.
Pancake, yeah.
You got Jay Rollers, his best friend.
Marcel Bates is his best
Marcel Bates is his best friend.
We want you to tell your best friend, to tell their best friend, to tell their best friend that you can go to a7fl.com/championship and use the code A7FL25. That's A7FL25 to save 25% off when you can join us for the A7FL Championship. Go to a7fl.com/championship. That's a7fl.com/championship for tickets now. On the other side of this, we'll have more for you. 29-12. The BIC leading to you. While we're in break, head on over to a7fl.com/championship. Get yourself some tickets. Maybe get yourself some merch. We'll see you on the other side.
Is your content marketing drifting away? Unleash your videos with AI-powered Scene Machine. Scene's video experience platform processes your videos and helps you break up videos into smaller clips, making sharing easier and time-saving. The context of your videos are now searchable on Google. With Scene, you can take full control by converting views to actual sales. Visit us at signup.scene.com for your free 30-day trial and get Scene.
It's the A7FL Eastern Conference Championship on A7FL.TV, DAZN, HBCU Plus, and the Creator Sports Network. Je suis Matt Ryan, joined alongside Corey Hammond and the Hall of Famer,
Bonjour.
Big Rob Fabian. And we want you to lock down your natural beauty by empowering yourself with Locticians. Head on over now to Locticians.com or scan the QR code to join us in empowering our natural beauty with our partners over at Locticians. That's Locticians.com.
Getting pretty spicy on the field.
It's the BIC and the U. If you don't think that Ryan Shamar and Kenny Stansberry aren't going to fight for their players, then you don't know ball in this league.
Yeah, but then you also see stuff like Dot Boston and Amir Chick Morris, legends in this league in their own right, dapping each other up because they know that although this is really competitive football, it's still football. And the amount of mutual respect on both sides for a lot of these guys is only met with the true animosity that these guys are is kind of bubbling over with some of these plays. Shout out to Dave Valley as a lineman who has had such an impact in this league that he has become a talking point every single game he's involved in. But right now, 29-12, the U in a really tough spot, and they're looking at Jason Cizon for the return to basically completely erase that last drive with no time off the clock if he's able to get the 6 from this 3-on-1.
And it's thrown by Gomez. It's got to clear the 25. Nope. It does not, so it'll be a dead ball run. And Booby Miles would be the only person who has been tossed from this game. He's been ejected from the game because of the consternation